Hey folks. So funny story. Don't know how it happened, but my webcam footage for this recording session corrupted. So unfortunately there's not going to be any webcam footage for this episode. Now thankfully, the gameplay and the mic recording are perfectly fine, and arguably those are more important, so all things considered, it should all be good. Just no face cam. I'll do what I can to work around it and compensate for it. But yeah, just want to give you that heads up before we begin. So that being said, enjoy the video. All right, everybody, we are back for more Object Board. And I do mean we because got a little friend who was leaving me alone pretty much all night until I set everything up to start recording. So something tells me, Truffles wants to be in the video with me. So yeah, please, please bear with me. All right, but this time around, we are almost done. We're almost done with Object Board, which is weird to think about, but we're almost done. Not second to last, but close enough. But this time, we are going to be doing the Jones route. This is definitely going to be an interesting one for me. Jones, like outside of Acevedo, I'd say Jones is probably one of the most iconic characters from Object Board in terms of design. And it didn't actually hit me until recently that out of the 6 routes in this game, only 2 of them are the characters are actual patients in the ward. Everyone else is the staff. And I've done all the staff so far. I don't know why that it just recently dawned on me, but yeah. In a game set in a mental health asylum, I haven't actually done any of the routes with the patients yet. So that's going to be interesting. But so I guess you could say maybe things are going to take a turn now that we're dealing with, how do I put this respectively, people who aren't fully there mentally, assuming that's why they're here. So yeah, things are gonna be interesting. Based on what I know about Jones from his appearance in different routes, his story is definitely gonna be a bit of a tearjerker. I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I mean, they've all had tear-jerking elements. I know, reading between the lines, that Jones has some mommy issues of some sort, abusive mother possibly. Just some of the things that have happened in previous routes. But that's probably enough speculating for now. I could sit here all day speculating, or I have the perfect opportunity to just play. Right, here we go. Ah, yes, the choice we've come across many times by now. That Jones character, as strange as he was from our 2 interactions in the hallway in group therapy, was still fascinating to me. And those muscles, they could do a lot of damage or bend metal. If I form a partnership with him, maybe I could escape by using him. And Kent, blah blah blah, yeah, who cares about Kent? Alright, so let's follow Jones. Ready to follow Jones, Truffy? Alright. Oh yes, this was a marvelous idea. Didn't Priscilla say he's been here for years? Then he must know this place like the back of his hand, including all its exits and weak points. I'll plan once more once I talk to him in person. Our group filed out in a crowd, some leaving for a smoke break and some entering the common room. Hey Jones! Jones, wait up! That bright red board head easily stuck out among the mostly monochrome-headed patients. Hey, I want to talk to you in private. Where's your room? As if Jones ignored me, he stared at the ground and quickly shuffled off. Now's not a good time then? Oh well, I'll try again later. I technically have all the time in the world to kill. Kent was the last one to file out, his blade sparkling. That was quite a ruckus you created today, sir. I'd recommend if you'd be more sensitive, please. I want everyone to feel comfortable here. Right, the pipe story. That's the scene where he told the pipe story. Fine, but I didn't expect therapy to be so boring, though. Thought it'd be fun to tell a tall tale or two. Well, luckily for you, not every day is talking in a circle. Every so often, we have little activities to bring everyone together. Maybe we'll draw or go outside one day. I'll have to check if we still bring in service dogs, or if they're too expensive anymore with the recent budget cuts. Yeah, dogs are a little bit expensive. Why dogs? They're lovely companion animals. They help calm down our most anxious patients. I volunteer at a shelter after my job here, so I interact with dogs often. Counter-argument. You. Your entire existence brings me comfort and joy. You and your sister. And you ain't dogs. No, you're not dogs. Pepper wishes she was a dog. I have literally played fetch with my cat, Pepper, before. She wishes she was a dog. I know many people here that would benefit, but again, they aren't the cheapest. Huh, interesting. Do you use the big flesh-eating ones like pit bulls or Rottweilers? Man, that would be fun. Not at all, no flesh-eating. Most service dogs are Labradors or Golden Retrievers and provide comfort. For a brief moment, the nurse looked down at his watch and jumped. Oh dear, it was a nice chat, sir. Manson, call me Manson. Manson, but I have to attend another therapy session, so please follow the rest of the group. Toodles. And he was gone. Who knows where Jones went to? Who knows where Jones went to? Okay, I guess that still grammatically works. Since group therapy was unfortunately daily, I had to trudge my way into that godforsaken room again. But fortunately, Jones was there again. He was fiddling with a colorful Rubik's Cube. Every other time it was just Puzzle Cube, now it actually has a brand. That's funny. When I sat down next to him, he averted his gaze again. Seriously, what's the deal with that? Hey, dude. No dice again. Q Marcellus? Ah, darn. That would have been perfect. Q Marcellus. Kent entered the room, signaling the start of group therapy again. Blah blah blah, more whining and griping about our lives, and Kent giving advice on what we should do. Many of the anecdotal sob stories I heard made my eyes roll. Sheesh, I know it's almost 4 in the morning, but this is like 4 p.m. for me. I should not be reading this horribly. Some people in therapy were rather talkative. Some let out a quip once in a while. But to no one's surprise, Jones never said a word since I've stayed here. Instead, he played with his cube, oblivious to the world around him. His hands twisted and turned the parts almost too fast for the naked eye. Oh man, if it wouldn't disturb Truffles, I would grab one of my Rubik's Cubes and just solve one right here. Actually, no, I'll do one better. Literally, the first video I ever posted to this very channel was me solving a Rubik's Cube when I was, oh geez, what year was that? Early 2010s. I don't know the exact year, but I was a little kid. And yeah, that was the first video I ever uploaded to my channel. I want to say 2011, maybe. Before I could even blink, the cube was solved again. It's happened at least a dozen times since group therapy began. How? Is there a special pattern? Multiple special patterns. I couldn't tell with this disorderly array, but Jones wasn't having a single problem. Manson, do you agree? Yeah. I didn't see what was so special about the cube at first, but my eyes couldn't help but be drawn to the magic as further and further Jones whittled down his puzzle-solving time. That attempt barely took 10 seconds. Okay, I'm not that good. Even I'm not that good. Are you planning on being a world record holder? He shook his head. Finally, a response. And that's all for today. Eh? I wasted an entire hour by staring at this giant play with a weird box. That's probably one of the more funny out-of-context quotes from this story. I didn't get a word out of him, but at least he did acknowledge me with a nod. As usual, he slipped out quickly to do who knows what. This pattern occurred for several more days, seriously increasing my frustration. Sometimes it wasn't a cube though. Some days it was doodling on a sketch pad or painting a little car. I was getting the hint that he was antisocial, or at least a little bit shy, just a little, but I wasn't expecting such a cold shoulder. One day though, Kent suggested that because it was such a lovely spring day outside, that we should spend our therapy there. As we stood from our seats, Jones ran next to Kent to whisper and giggle, so the bored head could talk. Kent wasn't kidding. It felt great outside. I stretched my arms with a big groan. The nurse watched by the door, looking content at all of us enjoying the spring air. While the sky was beautiful, the courtyard was nothing to be admired. There was a simple grassy lot covered in weeds, an old bench or two, and a basketball court covered in cracks. The hoop appeared kind of bent, and the ball often banging off the rim and going flying, but the several people playing didn't mind. The most eye-catching of this depressingly full decor was a large fence surrounding us. I believe I could climb over it, or with some assistance, but man was it tall. I took quite a quick stroll around the perimeter, checking to see if there were any weak spots in the fence. None. Not even a single hole. Let's see, were there any other features I haven't taken care of? There's also a large oak tree, which was of no use, as the branches were too far away from the fence to be able to jump from, but someone was playing on it. Oh, that's Jones. Wow, look at him go. Your hair's everywhere, Truffles. Oh, he wasn't kidding. I took a couple steps closer. I could see him go at a trillionth of times and still... be at a loss for words. 46, 47, 48. The man in front of me hardly broke a sweat as he used the sturdy tree branch to lift his weight again and again. I've only been counting since I walked up to him. What if he was actually in his 400s, 4000s? Wow, your power is amazing. You're like a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger. What's your secret, big guy? The board-headed mountain of muscle paused his pull-ups. His board aimed square at my face. Having a blank-faced, rectangular-headed man stare you dead in the eyes was kinda scary. However, this lasted for a mere second or two before his gaze migrated from me to the ground. I desperately needed him for my plan, and the silence was rather irritating. But I sat down on a bench, watching him exercise for the hour that crawled to the length of the day. I'll add to my plan that he could also help me climb the fence. Just merely climb the fence? Hell, this guy could throw me across the damn county. For 7:48, 7:49. Okay, everyone, group therapy today is concluded. It's time to come in. All I learned was how the exterior was nearly impenetrable, and that progress with Jones would be so painfully slow at this rate. I'd become an old hag long before he decides to respond to me with his words. I sighed. When we lined up, Jones was in the front next to Kent again. Yes, I perfectly agree. The patient giggled when he was patted on the shoulder. They were really buddy-buddy together, weren't they? Okay, second edit to my plan. What if I spoke to Kent about becoming closer to Jones? Oh yes, this reminds me. Object Ward as a whole isn't fully done yet. Thug is working on a sort of alternate universe sequel kind of thing called The Cut that follows Jones and Kent. And again, it's an alternate universe where Manson never went to Clark County, so everyone will have human heads. So, but yeah, there's more Object Ward starring these two right here. So that's gonna be exciting to look out for in the future. Perhaps as a third-party tool, he could help me. Kent should appreciate it. He seems busy enough as is. The next day, immediately following therapy, we all wound up in the common room. Like normal, I sat at a table free from those object-headed abominations, until a certain scissor-headed man decided I looked lonely. Good afternoon, sir. Yo. Are you settling in fine? Is there anything I can do for you? Here goes nothing. Actually, I most humbly request your services. Care to tell me more about Jones, the elusive strongman? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share. We've known each other for a long time. He's a sweetheart that keeps to himself, but he's friendly as he is shy, especially around people he doesn't know. So I would suggest that's all the info I need. Thanks, Scissorman. Scissor? Huh? I strutted over to Jones. I'll take it slower with the talking then. Super slow. So slowly that my hands rivaled sloth arms as I spread them wide in front of the giant. Oh boy, there's a slow joke to be had there somewhere. You don't have to be afraid of me. I got your back, buddy. You, me, we're tight. We're cool. Cool as ice. Not interested? Jesus Christ, that voice is deeper than the Marianas Trench. I stood my ground, but accidentally let out a more impatient tone. Why, though? Is it something I said? How I look? Talk to me. Hey, Kent. He backed away. No, don't go. Was it something I said? Kent wasn't kidding about the scaredy catness. Partial defeat, I slunk back down to the nurse again. Once I was several meters away, Manson, we've been through this. Jones swayed from side to side, humming a nonsensical tune. I'm trying to be friends with him, but I can't get any closer. Friends? Yep. Isn't this place all about building and relationships? Manson, it's lovely you're making an effort, but you're being a tad too pushy. Is there a reason for the urgency? I just think he's intriguing. I would like to know what's behind the veil. You can trust me. As a sign of peace, I held up my hands. No siree, no tricks up my sleeve. Okay, Jones is a sensitive person who just needs time and space. I've been trying to help him meet new people, but he's not the most open to strangers. However, it's clear you're making an effort, so I'll help you. It should be good for both you and Jones. With me behind the nurse, we calmly approach the man, as to not recall a repeat of my first go. Ah, Kenty Kent. Sweetie, I have someone I'd like you to meet. That's the scary one that kept staring at me. What does he want? I assure you, he's not scary, and above all, he didn't mean it. He only wanted to get you to know you better. I promise, he's actually a nice man. Really? Then, okay. It would make me really, really happy if you both shook hands. All three of us will be best friends. Anything for you, Kenty Kent. We both held our arms out at the same time. Despite Jones's hand size, his handshake was limp and his head refused to meet my eyes. I'm Manson. He perked up. That's a good sign. Son? That's a weird name. Hey, if you were a girl, would your name be Woman Daughter? Yeah, when you put it like that, that's actually pretty funny. Though technically, her name would be Madeline, if you know, you know. At least I didn't ask if I was related to Charles Manson. Manson is a cool name, and I'm proud to have it. Yeah. And my name is Jones. I'm 21 years old. My favorite color is green, like my jacket. And I love milkshakes. In a giddy fashion, he pointed at his clothes. Do you have a favorite color? Cross potential bodyguard off my mental list. Jones didn't have a single menacing bone in his body. I don't remember off the top of my head, but probably purple? Wow. Do you like cars? Yes? Hell if I knew, but hopefully he'll gain some favor with him. A car lover too. You're super cool. It was like all the shyness melted off him as he happily hopped up and down. Jones, I think you should spend time with Manson in order to get to know each other more. What about tonight? Sure. Just don't stay up past curfew. You know how we always wake up early. Because it's been several weeks since I went on the tour, I had to ask around what floor and number Jones's room was located. 307. Huh. Located right next to me. Oh. I guess it's been a while since I actually played the intro scene, but yeah, because I completely forgot or / didn't know that they were neighbors. I'll visit him every day I can until he blurts out what I need to know. Any day. Any day. My hands are twitching. Knock knock. Who's there? Woman daughter. Let's make it a secret passcode. If you say so. Welcome to my room! Ooh. Oh, I like this music. It's giving me Professor Layton vibes. Maybe it's the accordion, but yeah, I like this. The friendly giant sprinted up to the bed and heartily bounced on top. It gave a feeble creak, somehow not breaking under the weight. Car blankets, car posters, car models. I've never seen so much car paraphernalia in my life. Jones was weird, really weird. Damn. I've collected them over the years. Kent helped too. How much are we talking? Are they worth anything? Not sure. If it's car related, it's now mine. So there could be a fortune hiding under here, and I do love money. Couldn't help but admire the clutter until I tripped over it walking towards the back wall. My face greeted a pile of Legos. Ah! That was gonna leave a mark. I have to be more careful when I'm in this death trap of a room. Jones was wearing just white socks, clearly unfazed at the state of his environment. How do you even walk around like that? I don't like how shoes feel, so I walk around my junk pile. Oh, duh, I didn't even think of that. Remind me to facepalm later. The fact that I can't tell if he's being sarcastic just makes this even funnier. Oh, want some candy? Or a protein shake? I have a ton here. I'm going to have one right now. Nah, I'm not hungry. I'm here today for a very special reason. What? Is it good news? Want to form a partnership together? Bud? Can I call you Bud? What do you mean by partnership? Like friends? You could think of it like that. I mean, that's why Kent helped me introduce myself after all. Friend. We're officially friends. I have a new friend. Yep. Now, in our partnership, there's something important I need to ask of you. Wow! Kent's been my only friend, and now I have two. You. I'm so happy. Yep. Listen closely, because I need your This is the best day of my life. My still aching face collided with Jones's soft chest as he suddenly picked me up. God! Fred, we're gonna have so much fun together. We can draw or read or work out or build cars or build my toys or. While I did enjoy the squishy feeling of being smothered in man boobs, I literally couldn't breathe. Not only was this the tightest grip I'd ever felt around my torso, all the air was being sucked out of me. My ribcage was on fire from this hug. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, this just screams joke ending. This has to be a joke ending choice. Okay, so prediction. We accept the hug, we suffocate and die. And that's the joke ending. That's my prediction. Hugs are nice. To cement our newfound friendship, I tried to pat him on the back, but my hand weakly and briefly brushed against his shoulder. What happened to my strength? My willpower? I love hugs. I give them to Kent all the time. I'm glad you enjoy them too. His embrace became even tighter. How does Kent even survive his hugs? I think I'm gonna die. But you can't die from a hug, right? Oh wow, he actually broke my spine. Hello? You're awfully quiet. Would another hug cheer you up? The ambulance sped away, leaving Jones at the receptionist lobby. Oh my god, I killed him! Ending 4 way better than Yep, that went exactly how I predicted. But it was worth it. That was great. Oh, that was great. I loved that. Alright, let's struggle this time, shall we? It hurts! Let go! My pain-stricken outburst made the giant suddenly drop me. I landed straight on my butt, coughing up a fit. Are you alright? Let me catch my breath. I'm glad we're friends now, and my ribcage isn't broken. Oh, I'm done for. Yay! I'm gonna lie down. After several hours of painful sleeping and existing, I found myself in group therapy the next day, like nothing had changed. But when I sat next to Jones, he giggled. I'm a great hugger, aren't I? Have you ever wrestled? You could be an Olympic champion. Nope, just a bit of football when I was in school. What position were you? I was a tight end. Yeah, I bet you were. Saw that coming. I've watched football, so I'm somewhat of a fan. Could I have caught you on TV, dominating all those poor men with your thick, burly arms? I didn't play for long. It's a long story. There's the stereotype / reality, football players, concussions, head trauma. Okay. If my prediction is correct, then okay, this is gonna be interesting. By the way, sorry if I hugged you too tightly. I always forget how strong I am. When Kent entered the room, Jones pulled out a car-shaped puzzle, and there went my entire attention span for the rest of the hour. Lunch is coming soon. I'll get everyone's meals ready. You ever talk in therapy? Not really. I never know what to say anyway, especially in such a large crowd. Kent does a great job managing it, though. He's so professional. I thought back to the stuttering nurse requesting me to quiet down when I told people my tall tales. Sure, bud. You stopped talking there, too. Yeah, it's all the same bull I keep hearing. Besides, I don't know why telling my problems to a group will help. You have a shoe for a head. You have a cupcake. What good would that do? It's ridiculous, and I don't blame them. I'd laugh too if someone told me that. You don't see human heads? That is strange. See what I mean? Gadget! Gadget is on! Rushing out of our conversation, Jones moved from our table to the TV playing. If you stand so close, you'll hurt your eyes. But Gadget! Do-do-do-do-do. Dun-dun-dun-dun. What's he singing? A cartoon theme song. He really loves that show. It's been some years since I watched TV. My parents never had one, but I always saw glimpses when walking past stores. Once I finished eating, I sat down next to him. In front of us was a strange animated cartoon of some robot man. I didn't really get it, but Jones was glued to the screen. Why are parts of him robotic and some not? Why is it your favorite show? Hello? My hand waved in front of his face. Nothing. The reflection from the TV was really lighting up the knobs on his head. Could I touch them? My hand pinched one, making Jones giggle, but not stealing his attention away from the screen. A twist and a turn. I brought my left hand over to use the other knob. Hey, a face was forming on this. A circle right here, a line right there, and wow. He had big round eyes and a mouth. Despite his stature and the fact that I'm not an artist, he honestly looked adorable. I could eat him right up. Again, I mentioned this in Kent's route, but it is funny how Jones is basically kind of cheating the whole object head gimmick. But at the same time, he's adorable, so who cares? But now that he's the closest we've had to a face on these object characters, I'm actually curious what the real Jones looks like in comparison. Like, I'm curious if he actually does have the big eyes and like the smile, but we'll see. We will find out in a couple hours. Kent brought macaroni and some pills to Jones, and he practically inhaled it. When a commercial break appeared, Jones turned to face me, his board slathered in macaroni, and Kent beside him trying to fervently wipe him clean. Kent, stop. I can do this myself, you know. So strange that whenever he expressed, his facial drawing followed suit. The nurse retreated, leaving Jones huffing and pouting next to me. A comedic explosion on the screen temporarily distracted him. Oh, did you know I've seen this episode 20 times, but I always catch something new? Like what? Right now, minute 14, 23 seconds in. The cell shading colored outside of the lines. The fedora is too dark for the shading. So many inconsistencies, too. It's a cartoon. You shouldn't think too hard about it. Lame. Screw you, Manson. Boo, you're no fun. I'm lots of fun, excuse me, but I could care less for fictional colors and shapes on a screen. I prefer people. Would you watch Gadget if he was live action then? I suppose. Special effects would look weird though. How would you recreate his rubber tube arms? Maybe I could build them. They don't look hard to replicate. Look, Gadget ran into a wall. I found myself nodding off while Jones continued to give a live commentary until the credits finally rolled. Oh man, TV's not showing the two-parter today. And it's time for everyone to go, too. Ooh, I always hate how short our lunch break is. We both stood up, but Jones was cross-eyed, patting his screen in confusion. Huh? What's this on my face? Marker? A smiley face. My art skills are unbeatable. I like to draw too, but why on me? Because your head is perfect for it. What? No, it's not. A drawing board head. The only thing better than that is a whiteboard. So that's what you see me as? I don't have a boar head. Look, I'm human. He pinched his board with an even louder huff. Kent, are human faces made for drawing on? No, sweetie. Yeah, see? Look, I know you're human, but all I see is a red and white box on your neck. So I was curious to see what would happen if I touched it. Oh, I understand. Maybe. Well, I forgive you, since Gadget was playing my favorite episode today. I'm gonna go to the bathroom to wash it off. After that, when I hang out, I didn't get to finish what I was saying yesterday. It's about the partnership thingy, right? Righto. Sure, after I'm squeaky clean, though. Oh, it's actually washed off. Yay, welcome back, friend. I haven't shown you my cars before. Look, I have so many. I dare you to count them all. It is impressive. As a fellow car lover, check out this one. It's a 1978 Rolls-Royce. The patient pointed to his shelf and for each model narrated in depth about the history and manufacturing details as if he was a tour guide. Hold your horses, I want to speak. The reason for our partnership is escaping this ward. I can't do it alone and you're the man I need. Escape? I've been planning it for a while, but I still have trouble finding my way around. There's nurses and guards that keep catching me. You've been here for years, so you must know this place inside and out, right? I don't go exploring often. It's just my room, group therapy, doctor therapy, and the common room. But you must have at least memorized some locations. I haven't, which is why I need you. You're important. But we shouldn't leave. It's wrong. Aren't you unhappy? Don't you want to leave? Every day it's the same routine over and over until you want to drop dead from boredom. I don't know. It's not so bad. I don't see how. Lots of relaxation time. I get to draw all I want, and the staff are very nice. I have the opposite problem. I feel trapped. I could care less about drawing, and the staff are rude. Maybe not to you, but they keep staring at me. Though I will miss the bed and free food. It'll get better, though. I was afraid at first, but now it feels like home. Just get me out of here, please. But then I'll never see you again. You're my friend, and I don't want you to go. I pity him if he thinks this prison is great. How could anyone think that? A simple conversation wouldn't persuade him. What about a little bribe? Oh my, look what I found in my pockets. Candy? I want some. Alright, first, sit. Jones fell on his butt with an earth-shattering whomp. I threw the piece of candy in the air. It vanished before I could blink. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. Now shake. Jones held his hand out, wiggling it. Another piece was tossed. Hopefully Aceveda wouldn't notice the empty bowl in his office. I took as much as I could carry from our last session. Good boy. Now tell me the ward's floor plan. Floor? Floor... Oh! Did you know that in my old home, my old room's carpet had car patterns? I wish the ward would allow it, because then it would zip around in socks and zap everyone with the static electricity. Not that kind of floor. I meant blueprints. Could I have another piece of candy? I tossed him one. Yeah, I know this place well. I've been here a couple of years. How well do you know security? Do you know their rotations and schedule? Schedule. I know the guards change out maybe every 6 hours. They're all scary looking, so I peek from my door. Hey, did you see my 1958 Galaxy 500 model? It's my favorite car. Mama bought me this model right here. I love them so much that if a song was ever made about them, it would be the best day of my life. Is there actually a song about that? Is that the joke? I snapped my fingers in front of him. Jones, focus already. This was absolutely frustrating. Why wasn't this going as planned? Wasn't Jones supposed to be easily manipulated? What was that supposed to mean, Manson? What's that supposed to mean? Delay after forcing myself to be nice after distraction. I even fed that simple-minded fool candy. Forget it, I'm out. Rolling my eyes, I left a confused Jones staring at my back. Wait, where are you going? Did I do something wrong? Oh, I know what to do. The next morning, I opened the door to find myself face to chest with Jones. Hiya, friend. Hey, what are you doing here so early? Unless you want to plan again, this time with less lollygagging. We don't have breakfast for another half hour, so let's play. I have checkers, Uno... Oh, maybe I can show you more of my cars. He's not even listening. Is that a no? Wait up, then I want to follow you. Jones fulfilled his promise, even in the bathroom. I see your thing. What's a thing? This thing. Oh, I thought he was about to whip his out. I thought that's where that was going. He giggled, pointing to my exposed crotch. You should put some underwear on. We're in the bathroom, Einstein. I know, it was a joke. Hardy har har. Or the afternoon. Could you be any louder with that? I was upset earlier this morning, and Kent gave me this juice box to make me feel better. It's grape flavored. How old are you again? 21. Hey, you're never too old for juice boxes, Manson, okay? Juice boxes? No. You're never too old for juice boxes. It was at this point that I realized Jones was rather annoying. Wait a second, I'm a hypocrite. Now I understand how Jones is feeling these past few weeks with being followed. Well, at least I had a reason. He's following me around because he's Jones being Jones? It was now the later afternoon, and his tailing refused to cease. Want to see more of my car models? I'm painting a Toyota Corolla today. No, I don't. Fine, group therapy made slightly more sense. Or even dinner time? Manson, let's hang out. Can you go away? But Kent's been really busy today. I want to be with you. I've had enough of Jones for one lifetime, possibly several. How is he not understanding that I want to be alone to revise my escape plan? Because? Was it really me being his friend that flipped his personality so drastically? Or just saying I liked cars? I think I preferred the twiddling meek Jones over this immature talkative one. Oh boy. I stood up, ready to change table seats. I'm not his friend. Never was his friend. I just wanted this tool to do what I want, so I'll never see him again. I'm tired of playing nice. Sudden weight gripping my leg almost made me lose my balance. Looking down, the fully grown adult was lying on his stomach, holding on to me as if his life was at stake. He was too heavy to drag along. I was stuck in place. But you said we were friends, and friends spend time with each other, don't they? Well, friends don't cling onto each other's legs. Now let go already. You're pulling down my pants. No. Well, my sweatpants were down to my ankles, exposing my birthday suit to the world. My face flushed when a chuckling woman passed by. Just then, a small thought wormed its way into my mind. Smallest, littlest, most insignificant thought. Stomp on his hands. Don't break any bones, but a forceful and single stomp to get the point across to this dense loony to let go of my fucking leg. The worst outcome was minor bruising for a few days. I'll act on it. As my foot raised, preparing to strike down on Jones's digits, Kent's voice from around the corner froze me in my tracks. Jones! And friends need alone time too. I was back to being clothed before the nurse could say anything. Sorry, Kent. Sweetie, can we talk privately? Oh no, I'm in trouble. You're not, but we have to discuss some boundaries. You can go, Manson, I'll take care of this. I stomped off to my room, leaving Kent alone to speak with Jones. I hoped it was nothing but chastising. When the moon was already high in the sky, there was a knock on the door. Oh, hell no, I wasn't gonna open it. How have you been, Mr. Moss? You look bothered by something. Just having some troubles with someone I know. Like a friend? Yeah, I have a friend. His name is Jones. I need to stop using that word. Acevedo clapped his hands together, scribbling my statement down. You have? That's fantastic. I knew you could. But not how I expected. How so? Everything. First he's super cold one moment, and now clingy and obsessed with me. He barely knows me. You have to understand Jones's mindset. Is there a specific reason why he is clingy? Is it because he trusts and feels secure around you? I haven't done anything to warrant that, except to say I was his friend and hug him. That's very sweet of you. I'm sure he appreciated your affection. It was just a hug, like chill out. I've told him to stop, but he hasn't. I just wanted someone to talk to. Obviously, I can't say anything about my other plans. I'm still technically telling the truth. He doesn't listen, he has no concept of personal space, and is really starting to irritate me. This was a mistake. I'd say to give him another chance. Jones is trying his hardest to also make friends with you. I'm sure he's a very nice man, so why don't you get to know him more too? Fine. One last chance. Have a good day, Manson. I'll see you again on Monday. Whatever. Most likely I'd tell him to bug off while I figured out this escape thing on my own. The next day, Jones meekly approached with Kent right behind. Since I apologize a lot, I drew this picture instead. I'm sorry. Still best friends? Aww. It was crude looking. A toddler could have made something better. Hell, even I could. Sheesh. But Jones was beaming as if he put 1,000,000 hours into a masterpiece. I had to start over several times because drawing your hair was so tough. Do you accept my apology, bestest friend? Bestest? An upgrade? Of course. You're special to me. Azevedo's reminder of a second chance ran in my head. Jones did make that for me, since I'm his bestest friend. Alright already, I forgive you. Let's talk more in your room. Woohoo! Good job, you two. Jones was stuffed with even more bribed chocolate and sitting cross-legged on the bed while I explained my entire plan. All of his toys were pushed out of sight, no interrupting from him, and not a thing going wrong. And that's it. Now tell me what you know. You can't go by the roof because they have nets for people in case they jump. The windows are barred, and you can only leave the front entrance when you have a signature from your doctor. There's a couple of emergency exits too, but guards and nurses always make sure no one sneaks through them. Understood. It's a lot of information, remember. You always have that sketchbook on you. Where is it? I think I left it in therapy. Every single time something goes wrong. I'll never get out of here. Kent will unlock the door to therapy in a day or two. No more stalling. I found something I can use to draw on. What? You. Yep. On my face again? Yeah. I grinned in anticipation. Perhaps some punishment for all the grief he's given me. Faces are not for drawing on, though. You're weird. No, you're weirder. You wear the exact same outfit day in and day out. You're one to talk, asshole. Everyone here does, including you. Thank you. I looked down in shock. Well, true. You rocking your chair too much. It's distracting. Oh yeah? You think I have a drawing board for a head? If you don't, what do you look like? When was the last time I looked in a mirror? I have hair and teeth and eyes. What color were they again? Forget it. Weirdo board head. What? You're so mean. Forget the map. Any more back talk and I'll draw a cow on you. Why a cow? Why not? Because I don't want to go moo. Because I don't go moo. Stay still. That cow is going on you. I reached and grabbed Jones as he leapt over the bed. When I hopped after him, he giggled and circled around the junk pile. So we're gonna do this the hard way, huh? After that, it was leaping on the bed again. I spent several minutes chasing him around the room. I was having much more fun than I expected. Despite his gargantuan size, he was quite nimble. No, you're gonna ruin my face. So? Then I'll need another bath. Then again, with his oversized frame, the chase in the tiny room wouldn't last for long. His foot caught on the bed frame, landing him back on the bed. Ha ha! Got you! I climbed on top of his torso and sat on it while Jones laughed and shook his head back and forth. All my anger was long dissipated. It's cow time! You're tickling me! You're ticklish here? With one curious stroke, my finger moved from his knob down his neck. He convulsed in laughter, but I remained steady on his torso like a cowboy on a rowdy bull. My mission wasn't complete just yet. Who knew such a giant man was so vulnerable and yet simple to such simple yet effective acts? Make it stop, man. Said you have my sides. Use your indoor voice. You're gonna bring the whole ward here. As if covering his mouth would mask how booming Jones's voice was. And done. This time, it was the most handsome drawing of myself I ever created. It truly belonged in a museum. Once I finished doodling what came to my mind, I redrew Jones's cartoony face, causing more giggles to erupt from the man beneath me. I kept steady on his lap like a cowboy at the rodeo. Nothing could buck me off. Nothing! I then moved downwards to tickle Jones's chest and armpits. Tears formed in his eyes, his legs kicked back and forth, and his laughter was the most joyful thing I'd ever heard. There was no one else in existence who could possibly be this more precious. Wait, time out. Manson. And suddenly, I'm just now remembering that he has the mind of a child. I am just now reminded he has the mind of a child. Oh, this is gonna be awkward, isn't it? Manson, I feel weird. Was the tickling too much? Don't tell me you pissed your pants. No, it's... What? Your movement. Oh, so that's why he was panicking. Something hard was poking my ass. Oh, someone's happy. Turned around, trying to see the state it was in. Whoa! A monster cock strained against his tight jeans and deep inside of me. A switch flipped. I couldn't contain my drooling. Jones gulped, his eyes wide. You've been hiding this all along? It's so big and hot. I feel it throbbing. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay. How they go about this determines how I feel about this route. How they deal with the fact that a man, an adult with the mind of a child, goes through this story is going to heavily determine how I think about this route. Are you not proud to have an erection of this size? Any man would kill for this. Why didn't you let me know sooner? I gyrated on Jones's pelvis. His hard-on twitched and twitched, but alas, it was at the mercy of my movements. Imagine if this was inside of me. Oh my. No, it would tear me apart. But do I want to touch it? Put it in my mouth? Oh, hell yes. This feeling is too weird. Give me a second. My movement stopped. Sniffling weaved in and out between his whimpering. I only use it to pee, not this. Please tell me you know what sex is. I do. I know how babies are born and all the anatomy, but didn't think I'd get hard from you touching me. Okay, so that's slightly better. He is knowledgeable enough. Okay, that's slightly better. I grinned in amusement. Jones blushed, trying to look away from the situation. Oh man, now this is wicked. You're the cutest virgin I've ever seen in my entire life. Even though Jones was very clueless, well, about everything except cartoons and cars, I didn't expect him to have zero experience with sex. Not even once touching himself? Well, look at me, I'm used to it as a dish rag. Oh, my thing is not going down. I want it to. Want some help with that? Manson, read the room. For the love of fuck, read the room. Huh? All I have to do is sit still. Let me work my several-year perfected magic, and you'll be begging for more. I promise you won't regret it. In fact, I'll do it for free because we're more than partners. We're best friends. Right. Best friends. Shut his eyes, thinking of what to do. To refresh myself with the sensation, I grind it again. Okay. Be gentle? Okay, I'm genuinely thinking about how to feel about this. Okay, I don't want to go so far as to call this rape necessarily. Because, it was clear Jones didn't really want this and Manson kept insisting. On the other hand, there is verbal consent, so I'm a little iffy about how I'm supposed to feel about this, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. On it. Okay, well, one thing we did learn from this scene is that Jones is blonde. How we found that out? Use your imagination. Jones stared briefly at the ceiling before laughing and spreading his arms. Yeah, it was all like squirr, then kabloosh. I know, right? And kazam! Not that kind of noise, but you and your lower half were making some cute and sexy sounds. It was kind of fun. I was tingly all over. You want to do it again sometime? Maybe it can be a reward once you finally get me out. I don't know. I feel sleepy. You're tired from just that? I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, see you in group therapy then. Again, not fully sure how to feel about that. Not fully sure how to feel about that. Again, it was consensual, but it wasn't exactly, like, immediate consensual. You catch my drift. Leaving Jones to catch his breath after his new adventure, I walked back into the hallway humming. Okay, maybe this man was growing on me. Just a bit. The next day, I sat in group therapy while Jones was smiling and playing with his cube as if nothing happened between us last night. I chuckled. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to blah blah blah. Afterwards, though, Jones approached me, huffing and puffing. Kent had to scrub my face as soon as he saw me in the hallway. I was covered in more marker than before. I was lucky he didn't bring a hose out. Did you explain the reason why you were covered in it? Definitely. Mama said I should always tell the truth. Oh man, how did he respond? Kent had to lie down for a while. He complimented me on my honesty, but apparently it was too much information. Kent was speaking from behind a corner. He pointed at his eye holes and then at me. I'm watching you was practically floating above his head. I gulped. Well, he didn't do a great job. You still have my drawing on your face. What? No, it's gone. He patted his face, but his eyebrows frowned and eyes widened just like yesterday. Still there. Well, I already showered, so it stays. Yeah. Just please, pretty please don't do it again, or I'll use rainbow markers to draw all over you. To end his declaration, he puffed out his chest and ran after Kent to the common room. I trailed behind him. Several days passed, but the expressive drawings on Jones never faded. Personally, I blamed the ducks. Ooh, sit-ups. Very fitting. Thankfully, the talk with Kent must have finally sunk into Jones's dense head. He was amiable as always, but it didn't follow me around as much anymore. In fact, if it wasn't sitting next to me in group therapy or in the common room for meals, he was keeping to himself. It took some time for me to fully recover from Jones's overly affectionate surge, but once I did, I spent plenty of time with him. Sometimes Jones brought his toys over to my room, making mine look more like his with every passing day. Sooner or later, I bet he'll start hanging up his posters and drawings on my walls. I was curious about the prospect of having sex with him again, but he didn't look like a very sexual type. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. What gave you that impression? Was it the fact that he had never even so much as like gotten a freaking boner before? Never even touched himself? Like at 21 years old? Like what part of that made you think it? Whatever. From our convo the other week, I could tell he liked playing with cars more than another person's junk. Guess it was an accident how this all started, but I'll live. Yeah, Manson, could you just stop? Manson, could you stop being a fucking pervert for 5 minutes? Seriously, please. I'm preferred it as the next guy, but there's a time and a place, and there are people who you should not. Whatever. What was truly bothering me was my plan. We were getting along swimmingly, like two peas in a pod. But every time I tried to bring up the escape discussion with Jones, he always switched it to something else. It was a waste of energy to talk about it anymore. Manson, do you have any tens? No, of course not. Yahtzee! Jones, we're playing Uno. Double punchline, I love it. This place wasn't too bad anymore. I agreed with Jones on that. Kent and Acevedo were kind, and Jones brightened up my day. think I'm doing better with the rehabilitation process, too. Eventually, all thoughts of leaving this place just slipped out of my mind. I was too busy with my friend. Not friend. Friend. Ha! Uno! Oh no, oh no. Draw 4. Uno. Already? With us growing closer, okay, maybe Jones still wanted to be a little clingy. As long as he knew my space, I didn't mind anymore. Were you able to find the rear car of my Porsche 928? Tough, but I sure did. Why does everything of yours end up under my bed? Excuse me. Why does everything of yours end up under my bed? There's a lot of pieces for it, but even I have better organizational skills than you, and I don't. Blech, meanie. So what do you want to do now? We were laying on his bed with Jones playing with his mismatched socks and me with a flashlight. Jones's junk pile had all sorts of useful stuff, including batteries. If only he had a cigarette. Blick, blick, blick. Pressed the button on the flashlight, causing a yellow glow to appear on the ceiling. With every sequential click, I placed my hand in front of the light to produce a shadow puppet. Dog, cat, giant squid attacking a whale. World domination. Ooh. You like? Mm-hmm. Let me make you. Balled up my hand as square as possible and stuck in front of the flashlight. Ta-da! How's that? It's great. I'll make you too. Jones's hand formed a kind of human, but ended up looking more like a mutated ball of fingers. I don't know how to make shadow puppets. I don't have a book about them. Does anyone? We shrugged. What next? Let's tell some scary stories. First, let's turn off all the lights in the room. All? Are you sure? It won't be as effective if we don't. Reluctantly, he turned off the lights, but the room wasn't fully dark. Is that a nightlight? The patient awkwardly glanced at the faint green glow across the room before burrowing his face into his pillow. I know I'm too old to have something like this, but I'm afraid of the dark. Please don't laugh at me. What's so scary about it? 'Cause you don't know what's there. What if someone's hiding in the shadows, waiting to hurt you? I don't like being hurt. But it's just us in the room. I'll protect you, big guy. Wrapping my arm around his waist, I illuminated my grinning face with the flashlight. Now let's start the story. Can we please keep the nightlight on? As you wish. A long time ago, in a psychiatric hospital just like this one, lived a man who was obsessed with carving. More than knife on wood, this man loved to use knives on flesh. When the knife was taken away, he obsessively used his fingernails in a matter of hours, and when those wore down, he used his teeth. The nurses the next day only found bone. Some say his spirit roams these very hallways. Oh, what's that? Is that a scraping sound I hear by the window? As I reached the climax of my story, if you could even call it that, the flashlight flickered for a second, speeding up Jones's shaking. Maybe a witch made the flashlight flicker, or a ghost. Ooh. The supernatural doesn't exist. Yes, it does. If it didn't, why are you being such a scaredy cat? How about this? Aliens did it. I blame them for my problems. They aren't real. Now who's full of baloney? Ghosts can't touch physical objects. We'd at least see a witch, and aliens would have contacted us by now. Give it some time. It's only been 15 years since we landed on the moon. Give me some proof. Any proof. Then the... Has it been 17? Is this set in 86? If this was set in 86, then that would have been 17 years, right? We landed in 69, and then... I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering. Either way... Yeah, is it 84 or 86? I don't know. Now I'm confusing myself. Then the flashlight went out for good. How did the batteries die so... Ah! Oh, that is great. I love that. There was now a second entrance to the room, a Jones-shaped hole. The giant was already sprinting down the hallway screaming. Manson, what did you do now? Good morning, Mr. Moss. Were you able to resolve your predicament with Jones? Yep, we're peaches and cream. Fantastic. Keep up the good work. And how about your medicine? Have you been taking it? Please do, or I'll ask Jones to tell me instead. That patient can't fudge a lie to save his life. Okay. We conversed for a while about my treatment until the hour was up. He opened the door to let me out when I caught Jones walking by. Oh, hey, bud. Jones silently huddled behind me, shifting his eyes away. It's like he was back to his original self a month ago. Why, hello there. I heard you're Manson's closest friend. I'm Dr. Acevedo, his psychiatrist. Mama told me not to talk to strangers. There's no reason to be afraid of me, I assure you. I am as trustworthy as he is. Psst, Doc, the overcoming the initial shyness problem only works if you're a friend of a friend. Jones eyed Acevedo before returning to stare at the floor. The doctor could tell it was time to wrap things up. Well, goodbye, you two. Have a wonderful day today. See ya. I sat with a curled up Jones on the bed. You've been acting weird today. What's up? Too many people surrounding me. It's just so noisy. Was it really? I didn't think it was that bad. Maybe to you. I don't like all the sounds and the movement and the commotion. Ugh, too much. And I wasn't sure who that blue-suited man was, so I froze. That's my doctor, Acevedo. He's alright once you get to know him, if you could imagine. I believe you're taller than him. Okay, I'll try. I pass by a lot of people in the ward, but aside from Kent and you, I don't speak with them much. So who else are you cool with? What about Priscilla? Kinda scary, but she's fine. Randall? Oh, that security guard? He creeps me out even more. I don't want to talk to him. Dorothy? I don't know who that is. Telling you, pal. I'm telling you. My crackpot theory. Telling you. Crackpot theory here. I'm telling you. Me? You already know, silly head. He let out a tired laugh before falling back on the bed, kicking his feet in the air. Anyone else? None that I could think of. Peopling is hard. Amen, brother. I'm done for the day, Manson. I want to take a nap. Alright, see you later. A loud knock woke me up. Go away. Some kind of cruel joke around here that I can never sleep. As I was about to close my eyes, the door knocked again. What? Can I talk with you? Oh, it's Jones on the other side. I had a nightmare. I don't want to be alone. Come on, I was only kidding with the scary stories. No, not that. Just, can I sleep with you? I'll be quiet. Please? Yeah, I'm getting up. Rolled out of bed, crawled onto the floor, and fumbled with the doorknob to let Jones in. What time is it? 1:33 a.m. He gripped his pillow tighter, staring at the ground. Sorry. It was incredibly stuffy with Jones's arm wrapped around me, practically taking up the whole bed. Most I could move was twitching my ankles and wrists. Remind me to never be the little spoon again. Hey, I still can't fall asleep. Me neither. Is this helping any? A little. That nightmare was beyond awful. Ugh. What was it like? I get them a lot. Mean monsters that want to hurt me. I'm scared of pain. I don't want to be torn apart, but they keep chasing me, and no matter where I run, they always find me. Sometimes the dreams are awful enough where I wake up screaming and crying. Kent bought me a stuffed truck to sleep with when I have a nightmare, but I'm too old for that, aren't I? No, you are never too old for stuffed animals, my guy. Never too old for stuffed animals. I'm not ashamed to admit I still sleep with stuffed animals on occasion. I'm not ashamed to admit it. So I don't. I'm brave enough. Jones nuzzled his boar head against the top of mine and wrapped his arm around my torso. I was absolutely pinned in place. So I'm his teddy bear now? Cuddling helps, though. Kent is always busy, so I can't cuddle with him all the time. Sometimes if he's doing paperwork, I can lay my head on his lap. It feels so good. I'm so glad I can do this with you. But I mean, I have a life too. Remember that fiasco a few weeks ago? Yeah, but I apologize for pulling down your pants. Kent gave me a long talk for that. He rewarded me with a hug when I apologized, but he hugs me for absolutely anything. You spend every waking moment with Kent? As much as I possibly can. He's special to me. I like him so much. You could have told me sooner that you had a boyfriend. Well, no, Kent's my friend. I like him, but not in that way. Ugh, I hate that word. I meant the kind of like from not boyfriend. Jones brought his knee closer together, forcing me into more of a ball shape. His marshmallow soft tits press against me. We're so tight together. He was practically panting in my ear. But do you like this? Yeah. Alright, good night. One more thing. Couldn't help but roll my eyes. Yes? I don't have anyone that I no, I'm not gonna use that word. Have feelings for. I don't know, I've never thought much about it. We had sex together. You gave him a hand job. That doesn't count, dude. So you must be at least attracted to guys. I guess. But I don't go around thinking, that boy is cute, or I want to hold hands with her. Or wanting to do something dirty, really. Not even with Kent. So, what am I? Is there something wrong with me? He sighed. It's also confusing. I don't understand how attraction works. You're a big boy. You'll figure it out. But how? I'm 21, and I still don't know. That isn't good, right? Dude, 21 is still a baby. You got plenty of time, dude. Like, to take it from me, a guy who's 27, nearly 28, relatively speaking. You're 21 is young. You got plenty of time, dude. Eh? You're probably a late bloomer. Nothing to be ashamed about. I realized I preferred men when I was a teen. Sometime later, women too. Just use your gut feeling. You'll know then. My gut? Is the heart not very effective? Fine, both. Just let me... Okay, I think I understand. Thank you for the help, Manson. An hour later, though, some fumbling behind me woke me up. Swear to God, Jones, if you wake me up one more time, I'm kicking you out. I feel weird again. Jones lightly bucked his hip against me with a whimper. The movement jostled me like a kick to the back. He bucked harder than before. Go down. Before I could complain, the familiar feeling of Jones's erection pressed against my crotch. So big again. Good grief. With his arm still wrapped around me, his clothed member humped my butt again and again. Though clumsy at first, with every thrust it gained more force. Why was he doing this? Hello? Pretty amusing how Jones was using my lower half to get off, but someone should really tell him. Why wasn't he doing this in his private time? Does he want me? Or maybe... Psst, Mr. Pervert. Yeah, you're awake. Sorry, so sorry. I can explain. I was thinking of you and me and the stuff we've done together, and my thing just became like that. I don't know what to do. Did you really have to wake me up? Why didn't you take care of it yourself? Because you're great with your hands? Jones sat backwards, staring at his straining full leg. I was still rubbing my eyes, but hey, Jones was open to doing something lewd again. You know you can always say it out loud that you want to have sex. That way you don't have to hump me like a pervert. I'm not a pervert. I'm only teasing. Since we're both hard now and we can't sleep like this, how about we have some fun? Change it up a little. Your thing is big too? Okay. It's been a while since I've gotten off, but when I see a dick begging for attention, I'll oblige. Sorry. Since I just jacked you off last time, let's do each other at the same time now. Oh boy. So I'll touch your thing while you touch mine? Of course. Let's get undressed. Again, still... Again, it could be worse. Could be worse. And I get it, you know. Obviously Jones is still new to this. But again, it's just the fact that he's mentally a child. And the fact... I don't know. That's basically it. It's the fact that he's mentally a child and the fact that he doesn't fully seem on board with it. Like, it's just... And it's making me slightly uncomfortable. Just slightly. Not enough to where I'm going to stop, obviously, but just slightly uncomfortable. All of our clothes fell to the floor, hiding nothing to the sight. I wasn't fully erect yet, but when Jones stared at my cock, his shoulders relaxed. It's cute. Oh, the things you never want to say. The things you never want to say in this context. Cute. Yeah, mine looks mean while yours looks tidy and harmless. Neato. Thank you very much for your honesty, Jones. I'm sure he didn't mean to be purposely insulting, but I'm going to ignore that comment. It wasn't wrong, though. I was an average size, maybe slightly below if you're going to be rude, while Jones's was girthy and a sight to behold. So, what's next? For the sake of brevity, I'll stop admiring and get down to business. A devilish smile spread across my face. How about you set that pretty little, well, big ass on my face? Oh, that is not a pose I was ever expecting to see. Jones's face turned to a mixture of horny and confused. There's a meme to be had there. You're not feeling like giving it a handy? No, it's just, you want to lick my butthole? Yeah. Are you telling me you don't want your ass licked? 'Cause I gotta say, that would be a first for me. See, me personally, nothing's going down there. Personally speaking, nothing. Man, woman, tongue, any other part, no, nothing's going down there. I'm sorry, Manson, nothing's going down there. Jones, my mouth is tired of talking. Quit worrying and just sit that fine ass down on my face. Beaming from a job well done, Jones climbed back on top of my chest. Definitely more exhausted than before, I ruffled his head one last time. With all that stress out of you, do you think you'll sleep better now? Thank you. I'll figure out this like word too, don't worry. Oh, already going to bed? Nighty night. I couldn't breathe. Somehow during the night, Jones had laid on my chest and pinned me down with his weight. Calling out won't help. I've already survived 2 encounters with suffocation, one being the hug and the other being sat upon. I refuse to be defeated. Tap, tap. I patted the shoulders of the snoring mass. Tickles. Tickling could work. I slid my hand under his armpit and lightly brushed the skin and hair. It was crazily effective. I'm awake. In a laughing fit, Jones fell off the bed, barely missing my head with his arm swinging out of control. Oh! Hey, what was that for? We began to put our clothes before the nurse knocked on the door. I hope Bella doesn't mind it being in my room. Pants are on, now for my shirt. I was already dressed, but Jones was flailing around. The amusing sight ran straight into the bedpost, then the dresser, then my desk before somehow slipping on air and crash landing on his back. And now I'm watching a partially dressed man roll around on the floor. Good grief. Why isn't it fitting? Hey, dum-dum, you're putting your head through the sleeve hole. Oh yeah, whoops. Just let me help you. No, don't treat me like I can't take care of myself. I got this. Jones finally pulled the undershirt over his chest. With some extra tugging, it slowly and snugly found its way to the middle of his abs. Grr. Ah! I ignored the strained grunting and the faint seam-tearing noises. Once we were all set, it was back to group therapy together. You need some new clothes. Do you not see the holes in your sides? No, I like this shirt. It's my favorite. It barely covers you. What's so special about it? Because I've owned it for a long time. It's mine forever and ever. What will you do when your shirt finally rips in half? Then Kent will sew it back up. Couldn't you ask him to buy you a new one? Looks like anything you could find at Goodwill. No, my shirt. My precious shirt. Mama bought it for me, so I have to keep it. She's going to be so pleased when she sees how long I've held on to it. Jeez, it's always about either Kent or your mother. Oh, do I really talk about her that much? Sorry. Summer came quickly. Too quickly. Jones was in my room, bringing some of his books and toys over. It's so hot. That's why I took my shirt off. Hey, you must be burning up in that sweater. I am, but you don't want to see me shirtless. I'm not buff like you. I lifted up my shirt. Ew, you need to eat more, Manson. Can't help it. Junk and fast food is my addiction. And I love protein shakes. Chocolate is my addiction. If I had some scissors, I could cut these blasted sleeves off. The AC here is always broken, and the ward is too cheap to fix it. Shirtless Jones used his hands to fan himself, but both of us were boiling like lobsters. Can the nurses pull up the windows just a crack? It's a safety hazard. If I've burned to death, I'm suing. You can't sue a building if you're a ghost. Just you wait, I'm a professional suer. Who's your lawyer? Myself. Have you won any cases? Nope, but it's fun to scream at people that I'm gonna sue them. Ugh, I feel the sweat soaking through my jeans. I'm taking them off. I'm not stopping you, Mr. Eye Candy. Manson, it's too hot to do anything dirty. I want to jump in a pool. But there's none. We can't go into cold showers until the evening. Then I'm taking off my shorts too. The black cloth fell to the floor and the giant collapsed back on the bed with his legs kicking back and forth. Much better. Does he have no shame? My lower half stirred at the delicious sight, but Jones was clearly in no mood to roughhouse. Again! Manson, read the fucking room. I know you're a fucking pervert, but come on, control yourself. Like, I love me a good pair of titties, but if there's a topless woman right next to me, that doesn't automatically mean I'm just gonna lose all fucking control, dude. Context is everything. I'm picky about what I wear because I hate tight clothes. I couldn't stand the jock straps my coach made me wear in football. These shorts are so soft. Wait, I should do more practice problems. The man shuffled to a bookshelf and pulled out a thick book. The heck kind of book is that? Engineering Thermodynamics. What? It's physics. It's the study of heat and temperature and how they affect matter. I'm rereading chapter 2 and working out some enthalpy problems. It's fun. Fun? I thought Acevedo was a nerd. Yeah. If I'm bored enough. Problem 5. Determine the change in enthalpy of the reaction. 4 grams of hydrogen peroxide. I have no idea what any of those words mean. Well, enthalpy is the amount of energy stored in molecule bonds. And the problem isn't very hard. There's a specific formula to find the kilojoules per mole of heat. Now you're making even less sense. I'm sorry. Maybe I can explain how moles are It's fine, bud. This is just completely over my head. Are you doing specifically these problems to figure out the heat problems here? No, I'm keeping my brain fresh, because when I get out, I'm continuing my path to become a mechanic. I worked a little as one, but I came here for a bit. Once I leave, I'll go back to working on cars all I want. Mama's gonna be so proud of me. But there is a chapter here about heat flow of an AC. I'm HVAC certified and could fix it, but I don't think the nurses will let me tinker around with compressions or filters. There's many reasons for faulty equipment, or maybe Kent forgot to plug it in. Jeez, you're smart. Thank you. Jones continued to work math problems on the bed. Without any of his clothes on, I could really admire all of his musculature from afar. Those abs of steel rising and falling with his breathing, tree trunk arms gripping the book, and that oversized beefy ass honed from years of working out happily wiggling. What I would give for your body type. Did I say that out loud? Just keep practicing. I follow a specific routine. What is it? Every day, I focus on a specific area of muscles. Earlier today, I was doing a bunch of push-ups to strengthen my arms. I felt up his arms, but respected his wishes of not being touched further. Respect the wishes, respect the wishes, respect his wishes, respect his wishes, respect his wishes. Do you have a regime to work out your butt muscles? Yeah, I'll show you some other day. Right now, I just want to stay in bed. I'll get us something to drink. Ooh, yes please, that would be great. Yes, we know the air conditioning isn't working at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Give us some time to scrounge up the funds. Ah, come on. Move it, people. Move it. Patience will get you far in life, Marcellus. Shut up, dweeb. I'm getting water for us, remember? You'd melt to death without me. While they were busy arguing, I skipped them in line. Sorry. Please be patient, which is why we brought plenty of water. Everyone around me grumbled and fanned themselves with what they could find. I brought back 2 paper cups and found Jones now working from a new textbook. The notebook right next to him was already scribbled through with solved answers. Everyone was fighting for a spot in line of water, but I, the heroic Manson, arrived with enough for the 2 of us. Rather than drink it, Jones poured the water over his head. There's my pool time. Good job. Now don't come crying to me if you're thirsty. Can I have a sip of yours? Get a new cup then. This is mine. Pretty please. Oh, come on. Not the puppy eyes. Fine. Have my drink. I'll live. Look at this bored head excelling at everything. He's smarter and bigger. I'm supposed to be the cool one, but he's more friggin' cool than I am. When did this turn of events occur? Has he always been this way? Ugh, I'll show him. I'll start working out twice as much as him. I'll crack open the most difficult book he owns and do some learning, and school him over it. So what if I can barely read? Yeah, I can barely read. I found myself standing in Jones's room, flipping through his overstuffed bookshelf. Oh, we got a text error? A text symbol error over here? Do hyphens not work in this font? Interesting. The other man was happily doodling on the floor with crayons. As my fingers brushed against the countless spines, my hand reached a hefty volume with pictures of various cars. What a challenge, but I can't admit defeat now. He'll learn from me now. I can see the pictures and text just fine, but I just don't understand what the book is saying. Oh, I just noticed the picture of Jones and Manson back there. That's adorable. No, I can do this. I picked up another one that had pictures of slide rulers and room-sized calculators. Maybe I can do this. The tiniest possibility I can do this. Break time. I'm getting nowhere. Out of slight frustration, I tossed the book behind me. It landed on the floor with a clunk. Jones looked up at me, puzzled. What's wrong? You don't like it? I have other books like airplanes or trains. Want to browse those? No, it's not that. It's difficult. That was a book for high schoolers. Are you sure? The words were hard to understand. Can't read? Of course I can read. What does this say then? He pounded towards me, stopping with his pointer finger rested on my sweater. Okay, to be fair, reading upside down isn't really a good test, Jones. Look, I'm not good at reading. Oh, I feel bad for my apology letter then. I know what to do. Jones walked over to the shelf and brought out a thinner book with a puppy on the cover. The title is Everything You Need to Know About Dogs. Let's read it together. That's for children. This is the easiest book I own. He sat me on his lap while I flipped open a page. It felt comforting in his strong embrace. There's symbols on the pages. You just have to recognize what each one says. Don't be afraid to say it out loud. That right there is a G. See the shape and the sticks? After that is a circle-shaped O. And that line is an L. It's going to form the word Golden Retriever. It's a breed of dog that is known for being dependable, loving, and great for service. It's It's my dream to adopt one, and I'll name him Baxter. Do you know a lot about dogs? I have much hidden in my noggin. I can read aloud with you if you'd like. You know, you could be a good teacher. Jones laughed and looked away coyly for a second to stroke his bored chin. Maybe, but I'm not great with large crowds. What about a private tutor? Yeah, I'd love that. Time passed in silence. Eventually, I broke it. I think I'm getting better at this now, though not a true professional yet. Hey, if I ever bring you one of my magazines, would you read that for me? Of course. Oh, Manson. After some time reading, Jones crawled up against me and rested his head in my lap. I laid my hand on his bored head, but he only giggled. Manson, my stomach feels really warm for some reason. What do you mean? The man sat on all fours on the bed, pointing to both his abs and heart. Like, really, really fluttery. A million butterflies here. Eating insects is not good for you, you know. Manson, not like that. It gets like that when I'm with you. Tingly happiness. I finally figured it out. I'm attracted to you. Eh? So Jones liked me, huh? And he confessed before me. Huh. Wait, me confessing? He's fun to hang around with, but us being more than friends? I can't see it. The way he described these emotions did make me smile, but feel awkward at the same time. Really? You shouldn't. Jones the giant puppy wiggled onto my lap, his legs happily kicking back and forth. I wrapped my arm around his bored head, trying to keep him somewhat still. Why not? Because, those wide and innocent eyes gazed into me, tearing at my soul. Was it simply infatuation he was experiencing? Or more? Are you sure we're a good fit? I'm not a nice person, not to mention how long it took for us to get along. What? No, you're not. You're cool. Really cool. But I cause trouble wherever I go. Do you remember how I treated you in the beginning? You're too good of a guy for me, not to mention far smarter. I love you, though. No one else but you. You have Kent, though. You're the one that doesn't understand your heart. I love you because you spent so much time with me when no one else would. You liked my drawings, my cars, and even my personality. And I like yours too. You're silly and made my time here much more fun. You're super duper extra extreme 100% cool. You told me to listen to my gut, so I did. I like you. I like you. I like you. He's doing the puppy eyes again. Couldn't hold on for much longer. It's only a matter of time. I mean, I guess I did have a bit of a crush on him too. I feel it in my heart. Aren't you feeling it too, Manson? My shoulders were starting to hurt from how hard Jones was nuzzling and butting his head against me. Finally giving in, I quickly pecked him on his screen's mouth. There. Will you shut up now? It felt like kissing a plastic wall, with nothing human for my lips to touch, but Jones acted as if nothing was out of the ordinary. He fell back on the bed, happily giggling and kicking his feet. Ah! A kiss! I've been kissed! Was that your first... Bro! Why... Yeah? What about you? Nope. Again! With his head there was no way for me to insert my tongue, but I sure tried my best. After several minutes of me making out with a plastic board, Jones finally broke free, panting and seemingly satisfied. Whew, I'm all kissed out. Crawling back onto my lap, Jones nuzzled his head against my stomach. This time, I lightly scratched the top of his board, and if it wasn't clear already that 99% of Jones's DNA was dog, he kicked one of his legs in the air to the rhythm of my stroking. Right there, that corner. Settle down there, bud. But I like it. I can tell. Am I a good boy? Most definitely. We stayed in this comfortable position on the bed for a while. Eventually, Jones softly yawned. I'm getting sleepy. Same. I'll be resting my head against the wall. But, what does this mean now? For what? Us. Well, you're technically my boyfriend, I suppose. Never really had one before. And you're mine too? In affirmation, I scratch his head again. That's the spot. No, wait, no, a little lower. Lower. Yeah. Who would have thought I'd be dating someone like Jones? I groaned, sticking my head further into the container. Come on, there has to be some kind of foil around here. I was rummaging through trash, trying to find any kind of metal for the tinfoil hat. This was my third trash can, but there was nothing salvageable. Ever since I've been hanging out with Jones, the furniture women were nowhere to be found, but I swear I heard them arguing in my head last night. The hat will block them. Huh? What's this? I grinned, admiring the pose of the jockstrap-clad man on the front cover. My attention was now shifted from blocking out mind reading to figure out all the wonders of this magazine. Ooh, who would toss such a beauty? This is a great gift indeed. What will Jones think of it? The patient rapidly flipped through the pages of the magazine, his screen turning as cherry red as the board head by the second. Manson, all the men in here are naked. I know, isn't that cool? These aren't easy to get, especially gay ones. I want to thank whoever owned it. So what do we do with this? I have no use for it. Well, you promised you would read one for me, remember? I knew that's where that was going. I knew. And look what we have here. But you never said the magazine was dirty. I wasn't expecting, all this hair. I know you're curious. Maybe. For me, pretty please. I'll read whatever you want me to next. Okay, but it'll be all about Corvette engines. Continuing to read, the giant plopped down on the bent bed. I sat down on his lap, lightly grinding on his crotch. So, I just have to read it for you? Indeed. Teach me something, big boy. How difficult can it be? Is even meant for reading? It's just a bunch of photos with really small text. True, I used to ogle at the pictures, but I never knew the names I was looking at. Hey, this man looks like me. Same eye color and everything. Really? Let me see. I squinted at the magazine. There was a muscular man centrally posing in it, but his head was a wheel. Oh. He flipped to a new page, his eyes widening further as if every photographed man had two heads. Hard Times Magazine presents Kurt Marshall. I haven't heard that name before. This one. Ooh, that's a hot sex pose. We should try that sometime. Look at the size of his honker. If we lined you two together, who do you think would win? The further he read through the indecent passages, the more he stuttered and gulped. I like the illustrations for this passage. What's the title? 4 Ways to Keep Your Boyfriend Satisfied. Nice. And what are these ways? Number 1. I was wondering how long it would take for you to become hard. Sorry. Guess I have no choice but to help you with this predicament. Oh, Manson, you dirty little boy. Manson? Don't tell me I killed him. No, that was a different ending. Yay, you're alive. Arms, ass, and now dick. Is there a body part of yours that isn't a weapon of mass destruction? We laughed. Hey, let's open up my Corvette book. Let's be drivers together. Okay. And every day went like this. Jones and I did something fun. We ate together, slept together, and definitely had a great time with each other's company. However, while I always complained and joked about my rehabilitation process, Jones never said a single word about his. The curiosity was killing me. I've been trying to deduce what he had, but I was getting nowhere. The man clearly had some anxiety with how often he rocked and hummed in his chair. He could talk with me and Kent just fine, but any other person sent him staring into the ground and mumbling. As basic as it sounds, he's got autistic written all over him. Just saying. Either that, or I'm still sticking with the concussion/head trauma from football. But yeah, I'm not psychiatrist, but he's just got autism written all over him. He never got over his fear of loud noises or crowds either. To put it simply, Jones had a myriad of little issues. Bothered was not the right word. More like he worried me. There were several idiocracies I could forget about by saying, that's just Jones being Jones, but still, what was the reason the bored-headed man acted this way? This question led to the strangest adventure I ever had. Oh, even stranger than the pipe adventure? I asked that when Jones and I were hanging out in his room as usual. I was lying on the bed while he was doodling something on the floor. He was cheerful as usual, humming a song from some Eastern cartoon, not once letting the pen leave the paper. As I traced my finger alongside the race car pattern on his blanket, a thought came to my mind. Hey bud, why are you here? You already know what I have, but I don't know about you. He stopped coloring and stared off into space, pondering for a couple of seconds. I don't like to remember the bad things. I doubt it's bad. My affliction is definitely worse than yours. Maybe. I don't know. We continued to relax in silence until Jones spoke up again, but quieter. Too quiet. But mine has been occurring longer. How so? Mama thought my brain was bad. I don't get it either, but I know my brain gave her tons of grief. I'm gonna get all weird. I should stop or the nurses will come. Oh, no, don't. I'm even more curious now. Tell me. We've known each other for long enough, though. Spill the goods, big guy. Let me know what's in that square-shaped noggin of yours. The pen dropped from Jones's hand, letting a loud clack on the floor. Rather than picking it up, Jones brought his knees to his chest and shook his head. Bruises took forever to heal. Okay. Did you fight a lot? Manson, I know you're a fucking idiot, but please stop being a fucking idiot. I never expected that from someone like you. You bet your parents must be proud. Parents? Not at all. It's too painful to remember. Painful? Jones had his characteristic bubbly smile. It was like the sky being green. Couldn't imagine it, and surely not possible. My mother screamed at me when I didn't do something right. Sometimes hit me. It hurt. It really did. I know I'm clumsy and take longer to learn things, but she was sometimes so mean about it. Me and my big fat mouth. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having some self-awareness, you fucking idiot. I wasn't expecting anything like this. Jones continued to speak while my heart sunk further in my chest, listening. I kept apologizing, and there was so much screaming, and then I made my way here, and if I didn't have this brain, none of this would have happened. With every sentence, Jones's body trembled more. Tears streamed down his face as he continued to verbally reenact his life before the ward. And when she was back to her nice self, she would comb my hair and cook me my favorite pasta. Oh, Mom, you'll love me again, right? I promise I'll be better. I don't want to be here anymore. I hate being alone. Jones, by this point, had stopped whispering and curled into a ball, his broad shoulders heaving heavily. I begged her to stop, but she didn't. Jones, she's not here anymore. In his ball-shaped form, he kept rocking back and forth, completely ignoring me. She slapped me, but she read me a bedtime story when I was good. Why did she think I was good anymore? I swear I'm a good boy, Mama. The counter, on the kitchen counter. This was awful, and an unexpected barrage of emotions from such a gentle and innocent man was really gnawing from the inside. If I was Kent, what would he do right now? My first instinct was to plow my face into his chest and wrap my arms around him in the tightest hug I could possibly muster. Shh, hey, relax, sweetie. I'm so sorry, Mama. This was so out of my league. Kent should really be here instead of me. I shouldn't have kept egging you on. Do you know who should be sorry? Me. You never hurt me, though. I know, but I'm the one that caused you to remember this trauma. I only wanted to get you to know better, and I didn't realize how insensitive I was. I want my mama. I know. As I rubbed his back, Jones's arm dropped to his sides, allowing more room for me to nuzzle against his warm chest. Jones, you're the goddamn weirdest person I know, and that makes you, you. I'm weird in my own way, too, so don't say you have a bad brain. But I wish I wasn't so stupid. You're not stupid. Have you seen me? I couldn't even read on an elementary school level, but you helped me. I'm still not the best, though. Go ahead, ask me what 2 + 2 is. What is it? 22. He was laughing again, though softer than normal. This was working fantastically so far. Maybe I can do this. You know what else? I pressed my lips against the top of his board. It was cold, plastic, and I felt rather silly, but I kept my lips there until the more comforting words came to mind. I care about you, bud. I said I'm here, and I won't ever leave you. That's a promise. Manson. I may lie and stretch the truth, but this promise was easy enough to uphold. I kissed his forehead again and again. Jones lightly wrapped my arms around me too, trying his best to stop crying. Feel any better? Mm-hmm. The old Jones we know and love was back. My shoulders relaxed in relief. Any tension that could have remained was obliterated by his beaming smile. He let out a loud sigh and laid on the floor. Sorry for what happened. I didn't mean to have a panic attack. Nobody ever means to, Bal. I have something called a post-traumatic stress disorder. That's why I'm here, to overcome it. I don't like people knowing about it. Then they're afraid I'll freak out over anything and start treating me like I'm a dainty pansy, and I find it insulting. Now it's only you, Kent, and Dr. Boris. People in group therapy just think I'm weird. I'm prescribed antipsychotics. What do you take? Dr. Boris gives me anti-anxiety medicine. It tastes yucky, but it helps. Just not the nightmares. Is your mother the monster in them? Okay, sorry. But your mother sounds like a complete bitch. I'll beat her up for you, don't worry. Jones winced. No more violence, Manson, please. All it does is hurt people. I want to do something else. Like what? Any place to get my mind off of her. Then let's do so. But I need to be here to recover. For a little excursion then. 1 day? 2? We can have all the fun you want, then go home. Oh, sounds great. I'll have to ask Dr. Boris, though. Or what if we don't? No one will ever know. Besides, I'm not allowed to leave, and it beats me how long that'll be. Could you ask your doctor? Too much effort, and knowing Acevedo, I'm sure he'll say no anyway. You can choose. What fun location do you want to go to? The amusement park. They had this big red swirly ride I've always wanted to go on. Because of my height, I'm not allowed on many, but on this one I can. I just wish it wasn't 300 miles away. I saw it on the TV. Clark County's park is a fun alternative. Let's go there. Then it's settled. Let's do some more planning, eh? Alright, here's a plan I've had for a while. Now listen closely and don't tell a soul. Manson, I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you that your intentions are pure here, that you're not doing all this to manipulate Jones so you can finally escape. I am trusting you that you're really doing this to help Jones. Because if you're being manipulative right now, so help me, I will hate you forever. It's almost the end of September. Does anyone here need a scarf or jacket? No? Okay. Pushed open the door and our group filed into the courtyard. Ready? Ready. No one was looking. This was our chance. With a gallop, Jones and I ran past the lead-covered pavement to the wire fence. Huh. Let me climb on your shoulders. Now several feet taller, I could survey my surroundings more. Everyone was either preoccupied talking or drawing with chalk, not even acknowledging our escaping endeavor. Are you sure this is okay? There's a humming noise from the coming... Right, it's like barbed wire or electric or something like that. There's humming noise coming from the fence's top. The generator nearby. Don't be such a chicken. Careful, careful. As we slowly made our way off the ground, I kept watch on the uninterested audience standing several dozen feet away. Scaling the fence was one of the quietest and quickest ways out of here. But how much longer did we have until it was time for us to go inside anyway? Beep! Jones's foot missed one of the holes while climbing, causing his body to almost slip from the fence. With me sitting on top of his shoulders, my hands instinctively grabbed the wire to save us. Ah, the wire. So it was live. God! Several thousand volts raced through our bodies, forcing Jones to let go of his holding. With a whoop, I landed on top of his chest and then him a thud onto the pavement. What's that burning smell? Yeah, my hair is singed. Oh wait. Once I recollected my wits, I saw Kent standing over us holding a box of bandages. Yeah, you can try, pal. Oh no, this is all my fault. Are you both okay? Let's take you to the emergency room. Calm down, Scissor Man. There's no need. You didn't see anything. Didn't this happen because of my irresponsibility? Now you're hurt. Nope. It was a passing thunderstorm. We'll be alright. But there's smoke trailing from your head. The patient beneath me was still dazed when I turned to face him. Jones, here's a very important lesson for today. Wear rubber boots when in a storm. It's a good insulator and will protect us from those nasty, nasty shocks. People think I'm uneducated. Okay. Before Kent had a chance to question my infallible alibi anymore, another nurse called for us to line up by the door. Toodles. But... So much for the easy plan A, but there's always plan B. I have a better idea for escaping. It's using the air vents. Come on. But listening to you last time hurt. What makes you think this plan is better? I'll give you some candy once we're done. Are you trying to bribe me? Do you really think I'm that easy to convince? What about Acevedo's whole bowl? Or two? Yay! With no people in sight, we dove straight to work. I found a screwdriver in the trash the other day, and was currently unscrewing the bolts for a rather large vent. Jones said because of the Kirkbride plan architecture, they led to the outside and were spacious enough to were spacious enough so air could easily pass through, but we would have to crawl through them. Come on, we're gonna get caught. These nuts are tight. Give me a bit. Ahem. Aha! Hey, haven't seen you in a while. The sound of a familiar gravelly voice sent my trusty tool clattering to the ground. Hello, Miss Priscilla. Lovely weather we're having today. Give me the screwdriver or I'm calling security. Hey, is that Christian Slater? Priscilla's demeanor completely changed upon hearing the handsome actor's name. There's no fucking way she fell for that. There is no fucking way she fell for that. And another point to the similarities that the head nurse and I unfortunately had in common. Yeah, where? I saw his dreamy leather jacket around the corner. Do you think he's passing out autographs? Christian, sign my panties! There is no fucking way she fell for that. There is no fucking way. Psst, into the vent, Jones, while she's distracted. As the nurse sprinted away gleefully giggling, Jones poked his head and shoulders into the hole. Uh-oh. What's wrong? I'm stuck. His legs flailed around in the vent, yet remained fixed in place. I tried pushing his butt to force him inside, but to no avail. His lower half refused to slide in. Manson, I'm stuck. Hey, you know what? This makes more sense than a dryer. I will say that. But you really need to lay off the protein shakes. Yeah, exactly. Ahem. Oh god, she's back. My nervous laughter was in full swing as she tapped her foot. Welcome back, gorgeous. It's been a while. Did you get a new haircut? Hold in your breath or something, Jones. We don't have all day. God, I'm trying, Manson, but this is as far as I can fit. Christian wasn't there, so you lied to me? Jones, bud, sweetie, whatever you respond to, hurry up, please. If he's stuck, forget calling security. I can always help a friend in need by using my chainsaw. Ah! One montage later. Post our too humiliating to describe punishment, Jones and I were sitting in front of a huffing Priscilla. Come on, you guys, really? You've been causing Kent and I nothing but grief. Sorry, Prissy. Not another peep. Any more funny business and it's time in the padded slammer. Once Priscilla sighed and let us leave, an interesting plan came to my head. I'm getting us out of here is the last thing I do, and we still have a plan C. C? I have a million plans on my sleeve. Who cares if the first two failed? Bomb, forged documents, lockpick. Okay. I'm sorry, the first option being bomb. Holy shit. Okay, well, Kent I'm sorry, Jones does have 3 more endings to unlock. I checked, and we have 3 more choices here. So I can just rightfully assume bomb is not the correct answer. Forged documents. That kind of sounds more like a neutral thing. And lockpick. I'm sorry. I know this isn't the right answer, but I have just got to see what happens with the bomb. Okay, now hear me out. What about we fight fire with fire? Randall looks like the kind of guy to stash some brandy. Using my expert sneaking skills, I'll raid his collection to create a Molotov cocktail. And you, my dear compadre, or should I say my demolitions expert, will be responsible for... No, I'm not gonna hurt anyone. Ah, sorry. Okay, well, I got a secret achievement. Okay, so yeah, bomb was not the correct answer. Forged documents. Got it. This one's riskier, but a better reward. How risky? The padded cell? Potential jail time. Eek! I'm a good boy. I can't do that, Manson. All we have to do is sneak into Priscilla's office. She's the head nurse, so she must have all the important mumbo-jumbo important paperwork. Take the paper, sign the paper, give the paper to the guard. Ta-da! Won't security know that's not Dr. Acevedo and Dr. Boris's handwriting? Maybe. That's the part of the fun risk, right? I'll sign one, you'll sign one. Easy peasy. I know you're honest, so don't tell a soul about this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the time Marcellus tried this in Randall's route. Didn't exactly end well. Midnight was a perfect time for a heist. Everyone is asleep except for those who are doing their jobs, so Priscilla should be sleeping too. The door to her office was unlocked, with faint snorings leaking out, confirming my suspicions. It's been a century since that door was greased. I lightly cussed at the possibility of her waking up, but the woman remained asleep in her rolling chair. Tiptoe, 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 crank. Creaky door, creaky floors, the heavy footstep of Jones behind me. And trying to be as quiet as possible, it's harrowing to think of how much noise one can make. On her desk was a mountain of paperwork. Now where would the release files be? Motioning for Jones to remain outside and keep an eye out for trouble, I leaned over the chair to shift through the pile. Everything was balancing so irregularly that even one wrong move would bury me in papers and folders. Careful, careful. I slowly moved the top folder and peeked through. Status report of patients. Nope. Next folder was under the important cost of medicines with names I couldn't pronounce. Nuh-uh. Rub my feet, Kent. Her muttering shot shivers down my spine, but I gulped down my yelp and continued to paw through. My nerves must have gotten to me, as in my startlement, my hand briefly brushed past a lamp precariously perched on the table. The lamp. I grabbed the file with one hand and sprinted over to catch the light with the other. But I missed it by a mile. The lamp fell over. Oh no. The loud shatter, the room was enveloped by darkness. Who's there? What's going on? Without thinking, I grabbed a nearby stapler and smacked her syringe head. She crumbled to the floor. Nighty-night. She wasn't moving. More urgently, blood began pooling from her head. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I did not mean to hit her that hard. I continued backing away until I bumped into a person, Jones. Oh shit. Blood. So much blood. Hey, calm down. This was an accident, okay? We need to calm down, bud. Wasn't our next plan lockpicking? Well, let's lockpick and skedaddle. The ward was stupid anyway. No, stay away from me. I need to call the police. The man in front of me, built like a bodybuilder who could overpower a grizzly with one hand, was bawling like a child. He continued to rock back and forth, never letting his hands go from his board-shaped head. His screen was smeared with tears and pooled at the bottom, but it never left the drawing portion of his head. The sight frustrated me. Can you stop acting like a child for 1 second? We all do things in the heat of the moment. Did you know I ended up in this joint by whacking someone with a bat? He shrunk back at my words, shaking his head. I don't know who you are anymore. You need to be locked up here for good. You were always a pathetic fool, and just what I'd expect for you to bail on me now. I didn't need you anyways. Shoving him aside, I rushed down the hallway looking for any exits. Without Jones to guide me, I had no idea where I was in this labyrinth. Dead end after locked doors. Suddenly I heard sirens. The walls felt like they were closing in on me. I was a monster, and the biggest fool of them all. Ending 5, Man in the Box. Okay, not how I was expecting the bad ending to go. Yeah, not, and the picture is a stapler. Lovely. Oh, wow. Okay, well that was, okay, out of all the ways a bad ending was gonna go, I did not expect fucking killing Priscilla to be one of them. My goodness. Okay, so, lockpick it is. We stood racking our brains. I give up on anything clever. Let's lockpick the door. Why didn't you do that when you first got here? You're right. I'll pretend that idiocy never happened and knock on your door at midnight. Everyone should be asleep by then. You know Randall's nightly routine, right? Yep. Finally, the hour approached. Jones and I tiptoed to a fire exit on the other side of the ward. You shouldn't be here until another 10 minutes. Wait, we need wire. Did we find any here before? None that I remember. Likewise, and I dumpster dived everywhere. And unless we have a key, we're screwed. What should we do? Let me try. I'm good with managing delicate model car parts, so why not a simple lock? Maybe there's a miniature bolt inside I can fit it with, or maybe I'll bring one of my kit pieces over, or maybe I'll... The handle Jones was gripping snapped off with ease, allowing the door to swing wide open. Whoops. Guess we can go now. There's someone there. It's past curfew. Hurry, hurry. Just for a little outing, right? Right, just for a little. We ran outside and into the cool autumn air. No weed-choked courtyard or electric walls to greet us, only a parking lot away from adventure. Wow, the moon looks so nice tonight. It's a full one. Oh no, are you gonna turn into a werewolf in front of me? Please don't bite me, Mr. Wolf. Grrr. I jokingly sprinted away, imitating a fair maiden's scream while he broke into a run, growling. Now that we're out in the open, Jones was incredibly fast, easily closing the distance during our sidewalk chase. Or at least until he ran straight into a telephone pole. He stumbled back, holding his head for a couple seconds. I jogged back towards the dazed man. Are you alright? I'll take that as a yes. Can't remember the last time I could stretch my legs that much. I want to run all over the place. Come on, Manson, I feel great. With a little jog to warm us up, we continued to trek down the street. To our surprise, there were skeletons and gravestones in all the yards. Oh, I totally forgot this date was coming. With a running start, Jones hurtled over a row of jack-o'-lanterns. The lanterns happily grinned, their carvings fresh as if it was yesterday. It's Halloween! No, not yet. I think there's still some time left. See? No trick-or-treaters. Aw, but I can't wait. Me neither. I didn't expect the neighborhood to be so prepared already. Couldn't help but admire the myriad of Halloween decorations. If I was a tween again, I would have been all over the moon, rushing around, dragging back an oversacked pillowcase of candy, maybe even egging a house or two. Nah, egging never gets old. Do you know where the park is? Nope. Maybe we'll find some signs for it. Well, let's keep walking. It's a small town, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. And the houses here are also small. And the stores. Oh, what if this town had a store just for candy? But as you said, it would be equally as small. Speaking of candy, do they have anything special at the ward for Halloween? Yeah, we got a piece or two. They always make sure it's something everyone can have in case of peanut or other allergies. There was one year where I only got salted crackers. That's it? Well, I wish there was more. I want a whole pillowcase full of sweets. Gorge ourselves until we vomit? Ew. I bet you're not saying no. I felt like we were wandering for hours between dozens and dozens of houses with no park or grassy field in sight. However, we did come across an almost empty gas station with flickering neon lights. Delightfully shady, but our stomachs growled. How about a midnight snack? Jones giggled, picking up the pace in preparation for our new destination. Oh, how is this gonna end? The only other person in the store was a chalk-headed man reading a newspaper. Rows upon rows of snacks and junk food glistened heavily in front of us, like an oasis in the middle of the desert. So look at that! No cameras. The ward could learn by example. I grabbed bottles off the shelf one by one until 12 were happily cradled, almost spilling over in my embrace. Oh my god, it's been so long. Come to Papa. A trucker entered the restroom, leaving his packet of cigarettes on the table. I'll take that too. Find anything you like yet? I turned around. Jones's legs were jutting out the candy barrel as I rocked back and forth from the movement. Ravenous scarfing noises came from inside. Finally tipped over, forcing Jones and a mountain of wrappers to slide out of the barrel. He stood up and lumbered towards me, his screen and shirt smeared with chocolate. Any normal person would have been frothing or seizing on the floor with that amount of sugary goodness, but the giant was calm. His eyes stared off into space too, slowly blinking once in a while. How many candy bars did you eat? 50. 50? You're gonna regret that in a couple of hours. His toothy grin was equally brown. It was delicious. Man, looks like you didn't gain a single pound, not even in your chest or butt. So, are you gonna pay for all that? Ah, where did he come from? I don't have any money, sorry. Me neither. Good God. Hold on, where do you think you punks are going? We sprinted out of the store, the clerk almost on our heels, though Jones was lagging behind. Come on, bud, can't you run any faster? What happened earlier this evening? My tummy hurts. Well, I didn't tell you to eat 50 frickin' candy bars. I'm carrying all this beer and you don't hear me yapping. Hoodlums! Thieves! Get back here! After a quarter mile of sprinting after us, the clerk collapsed, still squeezing and swearing at us. Quarter mile, jeez. Down the street, we continued to run until he was finally out of our ear range. Even better, the pavement beneath us turned to grass and the suburban houses were now trees. Finally made it to the park, safe and sound, with all our beer and snacks. I let out a triumphant laugh and sat down on a curb, putting down our stash. Next, I pulled out a cigarette and lighter from the pile and lit one. I bet you never smoked, have you? He shook his head. Has your mom ever told you not to have one? Nuh-uh, she smoked every once in a while. Here, then try it. Jones tentatively brought it to his face, analyzing the lit little stick. Not knowing what to do with my cigarette, he Oh! Ew! Oh, that is disgusting. Chewed it, seizing into a coughing fit. You silly goose, that isn't candy. I patted his back to get the smoke out. Hey, short and shallow breaths. My lungs hurt. When his breathing leveled, I held a bottle in front of his face. How about something to wash the taste down? It better work. He coughed again. So, before I pass you heaven in a bottle, how old did you say you were again?
21.
Just checking, not that I really care. Well then, why don't we act like responsible adults? Pop the cork off and pass him the bottle. And have ourselves a drink. Let's celebrate. Ugh, tastes terrible. Yep, can't confirm. I hate beer. Beer sucks. I hate it. I'll drink alcohol, but yeah, I've never had a beer I liked. Yeah, as I hinted in the Randall video, I'm more of a cider guy than a beer guy. You'll get used to it. Not too fast or it'll sting. Wish we had alcohol in the ward. It ain't fair, I tell ya. When I first came here, I saw Randall completely drunk. Bet he had something good in the security office. There was never a proper time to snatch some, though. Maybe someday. Oh, why does my head feel so fuzzy? It's only a couple of sips. Can't hold your alcohol? Uh-oh. More for me, then. plucked the recently opened bottle from Jones's grasp and slowly poured the whiskey into my mouth. Oh, well, whiskey. Oh, well, that changes things. That changes things. Yeah, that'll fuck anybody up, especially a lightweight. Savoring the burning taste that went down my throat. Once no copper droplets remained, I chucked it as far as I could. After its arc, the bottle shattered loudly against the curb. It's only us tipsy fools in the dead of night. Did you see that? It flew 20-something feet. I bet you could throw 100 feet farther, right? Jones briefly glanced at the mess, but was too preoccupied with rubbing his head to give it any further thought. I'll open up the next one. Can we drink it all? Don't know. Would be fun to try. I can't remember my record. There's a big science behind how much alcohol one can drink. You're bigger, so you should be able to handle more. But I also have more experience, hence your headache. It all depends on genes, and I'm just spouting stuff from my school health classes. I'm not in the mood for school talk. Oh, I thought it was cool. I like to learn. Not me. Next bottle. I think I'm developing a hole in my socks. Hey, I don't know if it's just me or the liquid courage speaking, but I'm sorry for what I said about your mom. It's okay. I forgive you. I still don't like the way she treated you. Don't you have any other family? Nuh-uh. No, Daddy. He left when I was a kid, and that's when my mom became meaner. Forget about them. Huh? Family schmamly. Mine were never there for me when I needed them. You know what I did? Poof. Out of mind, out of sight for good. I have more important things to worry about. Do I have a lighter for my cigarette? Are my shoes untied? Is the sky blue? I'm a free man, and I have all the power I desire. I don't have to listen to them ever again. They're still my family, Manson. I've lived with my mother since I was born, and I can't pretend that never occurred. I'm at the ward, so she'll like me again. I'm gonna be a good boy. I'll do everything she says. You'll come crawling back, but they won't give you the respect and love you desire. It happened to me for years, and I'm a much happier person without them. Forget her and move on with your life. Don't bury your head in the sand or nothing will ever change in your life. Do you want to be like this forever? Maybe. To me, painting car models is fun, and drawing, and solving calculus problems. When I do them, all my thoughts are full of good things. When I'm told to think about her or recount what happened, the bad memories return and I go back to the fun things to get my mind off of it. Back and forth, back and forth. Seeing my face in the mirror reminds me of Mama, or when I hear yelling. So many things that make me shake and hide. I'm gonna be stuck forever, aren't I? I don't want to talk about this anymore, or I'll get upset again. Okay. Once I finished another bottle, I again shattered it. Felt great for getting my aggressions out. But I was unsure what to think about this whole mess. Jones had so much emotional baggage, while I just had my grating delusions constantly getting us into trouble. I felt kind of bad dragging him around and yelling at him. We really need to get back to the ward. Then again, how long has Jones been there? Didn't Priscilla say years? Has his stay been helpful at all? I'd say mine has, with my antipsychotics and developing a relationship with Jones. What kept holding him back from his recovery? Was there anything I could do for him? He's too great of a guy to watch suffer. I angrily took another sip. Future Manson can deal with this. My worries faded away with every ounce consumed. Oh boy, the music. What the fuck was going on? My world and head was spinning as if I was hit upside in the head with a frying pan. Hey, let's do it. I'm gonna put all the thingies in your parts. I rubbed against Jones's side, sneaking my hand towards his crotch. Why though? I don't know, but I feel weird and I want it out of my system. Come on, it'll be fine. Okay. Boy. Throbbing headache awoke me from my blackout. How much did we drink last night? Wincing from the sun's harsh glare, I stood up and found myself naked inside a bush. Somehow, an equally undressed man was lying face down at the foot of a large tree nearby. Shaking a couple leaves from my hair, I trotted over to Jones. I ache all over and kind of cold. Same. I could use a shower or a painkiller. What time is it? The sky is blue, so definitely the morning. No, wait, the sun is high above, so most likely the afternoon. We've been out since last night. Priscilla's gotta be furious. Can't wait to be chewed out. Maybe she'll go in easy on us, like boiling us in oil or tarring and feathering. The latter may be up her alley with how much she likes humiliation, though. Based on his worried look, my joke did not impress him. Let me help you up. We retrieved our clothes, just a couple feet away. Those shorts look nice on you. It just looks like you're out for a morning jog. Then again, we did a lot of exercising last night. Really? I could go for one right now. Wow, you're a handsome one, aren't you? Girls! Look at those teeth. He's more cute. Handsome. Cute. Handsome. Cute. Back off, ladies. We're a bit busy at the moment. Jones hid behind me while the two joggers passed, continuing to argue over his, in my opinion, cute appearance. Thanks for saving me. Who were they? Nobody we would know. Ignore them. Still not good with interacting with strangers. But you got used to a stranger like me, didn't you? Only because Kent helped. I'll get better soon and approach people all on my own. Just you wait. Your next goal is to shake Doc's hand and introduce yourself while I watch. No help. Wow, so mean. But I'll do it. The sun was slowly setting in the west. It's been almost a full day since we left the ward, and the staff are going to be pissed. Did they send the police to look for us? Or have our faces plastered on the back of milk cartons? I hope they at least had a decent photo on me. How to get back? We're going back already? Yeah, didn't you say one day? But, okay. Found our way to a bus stop and sat on the bench. He then turned to face me with a faint smile, trusting my plan. Something was different about his face, though. Was it always like that? Hey, when did you chip your tooth? What? Oh, okay. Okay, when he said, what did you mean? Okay. I thought he was about to say, what? What do you mean it's chipped? What do you mean? It's always been like that, silly head. He opened his mouth and pointed to the upper right corner. That extra little detail was never drawn by me. Blonde hair, chipped tooth, right side. I know it's no correlation, but it's funny. That extra detail was never drawn by me. Cool. Did you fall from a tree or... It was from her. He's frowning again. That was another nasty slip of me being curious. I should know better by now. I'm sorry. We sat in silence, unsure of how to proceed. Turned, Jones let out a nervous hum and rocked on the bench, twiddling his fingers with no Rubik's Cube in sight. Manson, don't get mad at me, but I've been thinking. What if we didn't go back to the ward? No more yucky medicine, no more rules. No more mom. No more remembering the bad things that hurt us, you know? What if we started a new life? Just us two, having fun every day, like normal. I full-heartedly agree with you on mentally moving past, but running away? Too drastic. It's not as easy as you think. I ran away from home, and look where we are now. You're clever, right? And I'm strong. We can do it. What about Kent? Wouldn't you miss him? Or Dr. Boris? You're gonna leave without any proper closure? Think this through, bud. We're almost at the ward. They'll be fine without me. But you spent all this time wanting to escape, and now you're coming back? Yeah, I do. But why? It's because of me, isn't it? Everyone thinks I'm a burden. I don't blame you for feeling the same way. Of course not. Why would you believe that? I held my hand out to reassuringly pat his shoulder. Jones sniffled in response, using his sleeve to wipe away the tears gathering at his screen. I hear every little thing they say about me. Nobody takes me seriously. The ward treats me like I'm a kid who can barely take care of myself. Especially Kent, my best friend. It's so humiliating. I'm an adult. I get to do adult things too. Yeah, I like to watch cartoons and draw and drink juice boxes, but it's the way everyone treats me because of my brain. That's why I want to go away with you forever. I'll only be your burden and not bother anyone else with my troubles. You're not a burden. Yes, I am. No wonder my mama hated me. Mom, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry I was born this way. I'm sorry. The trembling man pressed his face against my shoulders, his own heaving heavily from his sobbing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Mama. Shh. Oh, jeez. Well, I sure as fuck am not fleeing. So, we're staying. I did it again. I keep on crying and shaking. I can't stop thinking of Mama. Everywhere I go, every action, she's always in the back of my mind. I don't know what to do anymore. No, let's work through this. Running away is the same as burying your head in the sand. What about forgetting? I've been using that word wrong. I want us to forget our shitty problems holding us back. We're at the ward for a reason, and we need to finish our stay. I'm afraid. You can get through this, and I can too. We're gonna recover. When we're out, I won't see you with a drawing board head, and you won't have nightmares. But how do you know? I'm no knight in shining armor, but I want to help you every step of the way. You'll never think of her again when I'm with you. Hell, bring Kent over. Double the hugs and affection. Forget her and what she did to you, but don't forget our goal of living a better life. Don't do this for your mom, do this for you. Say it with me. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Good job. Now let's go. Together? Together. The bus finally arrived and opened its doors. Meanwhile, while inside, Jones leaned back to his chair and stared out the window. Though we sat in silence the rest of the way back, it wasn't out of awkwardness or coldness, but solidarity. The ward loomed closer. The bus driver grumbled when we didn't have cash, but it let us off anyway. Yeah, what's he gonna do? Well, this is the end of the road. I hope you had fun on our little excursion. I did. A lot. And, Manson, you don't have to worry about me so much. I can take care of myself. Understood. Oh, Priscilla was tapping her foot as we entered the lobby, solemnly hanging our heads. No need to explain. I already know. Sorry. Are you mad at us? Mm-hmm. Are we in big trouble? Mm-hmm. Do you hate us? Priscilla's furrowed eyebrows softened upon seeing Jones wiping away forming tears. Of course not. Maybe if we had to drag you back, but here we are. Boys, just go back to your rooms. Please. I'll deal with the paperwork tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. Exhausted beyond comparison, I collapsed onto my bed. Furniture women materialized and crowded around my body. Hey, Manson. You're looking blue. Go away. I'm not in the mood. You don't want me to cheer you up? I was inviting you to sit on my face. Throwing a blanket over her made her vanish. As I buried my face into the mattress, I wondered how Jones was holding on. Don't have to worry about me so much. I can take care of myself. Fine. I believed him. I smiled. You've become very close with Jones, haven't you? How do you know? I'm sharper than you think, young man. I've seen him before in the halls, and of course when I met him with you. Look at him scamper around. You're wonderful friends. I should tell Doc, right? He's the one signing my discharging papers and can help. It's not something I can hide forever, especially if he wants to visit me. About that, Jones is more than a friend. What do you mean? He's my boyfriend now, and we're thinking of living together once released. We'll need your help in finding a place to stay. Ah, I should have guessed. The doctor continued to write, his pen stopping every so often to tap against his chin. What goes on or is said in our sessions is strictly confidential with me. To be honest, I'm very proud that you have found someone to share your love with. It's a beautiful thing to experience, and Jones is the type of person that will cherish your affection forever. I'm glad you didn't give up on him. Yes, Doc. Acevedo stood up to stretch, his pill wrapper crinkling upwards in a smile. And that's it for this session. Have a good day, Manson, and keep up the good work. You'll both be out of here in no time. His beaming was so contagious I could feel the spring in my step becoming more bouncy. The real Halloween arrived. The nurses passed out candy that none of us could choke on. At least it wasn't crackers. As sunset came, I heard children from across the ward play and run around in their little costumes. Far away from my window, a child in a wolf costume and his mother were walking by. His pumpkin-shaped bucket and his clip-on tail made him absolutely adorable. Jones would love to wear something like that. Time flew by as I watched the children scurry around, having much more fun in the street than me, who was passed only some lame candy from a simple ward party today. Finally, the roars outside quieted down, and one by one, the lights from the neighborhood dimmed. I was in the mood to trick or treat, but I had one final trick up my sleeve. I slinked around the hallways before finding my target. Easy as always to find, I knocked on the giant's door. Who is it? It's me, woman daughter. Boo! Manson! Wah! The door fully flung open for Jones to wrap me up in his crushing embrace. My ribs and I fully welcomed it. Happy Halloween! As we hopped onto his bed, I tossed him a king-size chocolate bar. The best for only the best. My favorite. I rested my weight against him. So what next, bud? Doing some more thinking. Like what? Like my time here. The only person I've ever really talked to here is Kent. I was shy and thought I was always going to be until you came along. You gave me hope. And again, because of you, I opened up more. I had fun escaping with you, and even drinking. I'm not at the ward to play anymore. I came here to get better and finally move past my trauma. But you're right when enough is enough, and I have had enough of bad memories of Mama haunting me. I'm not going to be here for her sake anymore. I'll be signing out soon, when you leave, and I'll forget what happened for good. It's the best thing I can do to move on. I like the sound of that plan. He did it. He finally did it. Also, I love you, Manson. Thank you for everything. And I love you too, bud. We remained like this for a while, simply relaxing. No talking, no more separation, no stress, just bliss. Before we knew it, we were sleepily collapsed on the bed. Ow! It's tough to breathe. You know who must be sleeping on top of me again. I reach out, tap against his bored head to signal that I was up, but instead, my hands grabbed a fistful of hair. Gross. Jones, not right now. Not right now. Milkshakes. He was facing me, then what was I grabbing? Tried moving back my head for a better view. Instead of a familiar hard board drooling on my chest, it was a mop of yellow. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. I knew he was a blonde when I saw him naked, but this was real hair on my scalp. Jones looked human again. My rapid gasps made his shoulders twitch. He lazily raised his head upwards, his true appearance in full view. Or at least part of it. His shaggy bangs covered his eyes while his hair poked in all directions, looking very much like a blonde sheepdog. Yeah, I was expecting him to have short hair. See, I expected him to have shorter hair. I truly expected him to have shorter hair. So, I'm 1 to 5 in terms of accurately assuming what everyone looks like. I'm still sleepy. Oh, he does have big eyes. Making sure that I still wasn't dreaming, I flipped his hair upwards to view his eyes. Sparkling blue stared back quizzically. Those round eyes and tiny smile were as adorable as his drawn-on version. Incredibly accurate on my artistic part. My hand slid down to cup Jones's flesh-covered cheek. It's been so long since I could feel another face. This is... Oh, not now. My eyes. Morning, Manson. Huh? Why are you crying? As he giggled, his mouth matched the same sounds, too. Instead of the disembodied voice coming from whatever direction he was facing. Pressed my forehead against his own, my sobs flowing freely as an undammed river. His body squirmed for a second from the unexpected contact, but soon relaxed enough for my hand to caress his fluffy hair. Manson, stop! My face is all slubbery, sticky. What a goofy grin he has. I loved everything about his appearance, from his chipped teeth to his wonky nose. The nightmare's finally over. What kind of nightmare? It's nothing you would understand, bud, but it's okay now. Really? Yeah. We continued to nuzzle until the knock on the door signaled for us to get ready. You and Jones have caused a lot of trouble this year. Destruction of property, general tomfoolery when the staff are only trying to maintain peace, and especially escaping from the ward. I shouldn't let you leave, not for 1 second. To my complete surprise, Acevedo passed a release form to me with a pleased smile. But I've seen your growth and determination. You overcome challenges, see the good in others, and own up to your mistakes. It's imperative to leave this hospital and find your way. You're good to go, Mr. Moss. Start packing, and best of luck out there. I'll inform Priscilla. Don't keep her waiting. He's adorable. I love him. He's adorable. The first one to hear the news was Jones. Yay! 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 He threw me high into the air and back into arms. Jones sprinted down the hallway, his arms outstretched and behind him. Kent was around the corner though, and Jones accidentally barreled into him, knocking the two men over. The nurse stared at the giggling giant squatting above him. Kent, guess what?
Is something okay? What is it?
I'm leaving! We both are. The nurse's face relaxed.
I'm proud of you. I knew you could do it.
Kent stood up and gently hugged the 7-foot man. But of course, Jones gave it his all in return. Only when the nurse patted his back did he let go.
Be good, alright? No more troublemaking.
Jones saluted.
And for Manson, Jones is sensitive, so be there for him, okay? Don't make him cry. I'll know.
I can take care of myself, thank you very much.
Oh, I see. Do you need help packing?
No, I will also do it myself.
Glad to see you're so initiative.
We scrambled around in my room, taking off posters and toys all over the place and shoving them in the bags that were given to us. Not much time we spent with each other, all his stuff had somehow spread into mine. What about a quick round, for fuck's sake? Right now?
Yes, right now.
Alright. Jones laughed, putting back on his shorts. After all this, he wasn't fully flaccid. The hell? We were both absolute messes, but didn't have enough time for a shower. Instead, we threw on our clothes and jogged out the door. Oh, gross, I felt it running down my leg. Ugh. Yep. Priscilla stared at us and rolled her eyes. Lovely. Could you boys have been any louder? She placed a hand over her mouth, failing to hide her snorts.
Out you go. Bye, you two. Let me visit you sometime.
Jones grabbed my hand and we rushed out the door for a bus awaiting us. Finally, we were in broad daylight without anything stopping us. Oh, let's get an apartment, and a dog, and make a pillow fort, and even more car models.
Sounds like a great plan, bud. If you're happy, then I'm happy.
And away we went, never to return. Alright, epilogue. Oh, that's a cute touch. That's a sticky note over the drawing. A Rubik's Cube, dog food, weights. What is that? Okay, I thought that was 100 pounds, 100 kilograms, okay. I woke up to a whirling drill noise a couple feet away. A blanket was wrapped around me. Farther away, a golden retriever was sleeping in a corner, unbothered by the sound. Kent was right. Ever since we adopted Baxter from him, it's been a sleepy dog. Jones really loves him, though, and squeals happily when the service dog rolls belly up. Ah, you're awake. Good morning, Manson. Morning to you too, disembodied voice. All I could see in front of me was an old car with its engine disassembled. When did I fall asleep? Last night? You looked cold, so I gave you a blanket. Thanks. I didn't feel sleepy, so I've been working all night. Where are you? Under here. A headphone-wearing Jones slid out from under the car, waving. Surprised you can hear me with those giant headphones. They block out a bunch of annoying noises, but I can hear you just fine. I need to finish figuring out what's wrong with the engine before Kent arrives. I think a plug came loose. I forgot he was coming over. I'll get up. Are you sure you don't need any help? Nope. You'll have to change clothes, though. You won't like a grease-covered hug. We shared a quick laugh before Jones crawled closer. Hey, when Kent's gone, can I rest my head on your lap again? I gave him a thumbs up before stretching my shoulders with a groan. It was far too comfortable being under this blanket. Yay! I'll work my hardest then. You better. After all, this body shop can't open up without the both of us. I'll bring in the customers with my wit and charm, and they will stay for the good you do. Oh, so they're at a garage. Oh, they have a auto garage together. A car. Oh, that is great. That's awesome. Good for them. Not caught our attention. He's here. He's here. But your clothes. It's fine. It's fine. He scrambled towards the door to not keep Kent waiting any longer. Casual Kent. Kent in normal clothes. Yes, that's what was missing from his route. He looks great.
Hello, you two. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Kenty Kent, I missed you.
Jonesy, have you grown even taller?
I don't think so. Maybe you've gotten shorter.
And wow, Manson, you've gained some muscle. Everyone around me is changing. I'm aware. Check out the size of these biceps, baby. Got my personal coach right next to me. And tutor. I'm still working on my GED.
So what do you want to do, Kent? Leave it up to Jones and he'll work on cars all day. Hey!
Am I wrong?
No.
Oh, you two. There's an ice cream parlor that opened recently, and I've heard it's the best in town. Does that sound inviting?
Yeah, but does it have milkshakes?
What ice cream parlor doesn't have milkshakes? Then it's settled. The walk is no more than a few blocks away.
The distance is nothing. I'm getting a massive banana split. Yummy. What about you, Kent?
Perhaps a strawberry malt.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, both of you, slow down. I can only run so fast.
Ending 7, drawn together. Ah, that was beautiful.
Oh. Hello? Is anyone there? Manson? Manson, it's me, Dorothy. You haven't forgotten about me, have you?
I most certainly have not.
I'm not mad what you did that day, but surely there was a better way to react? Please come back, Manson. I miss you. Can I at least give you a hug?
Why is the music slower? Okay. Okay, well, first of all, that was the Jones route. It was a bit iffy for me at the beginning, with Jones being more iffy. But no, it picked up very well. As it is weird, like this might seem counterproductive for this type of story, but I feel like this is one of those routes that didn't really need sex scenes. Like, I don't know, again, I know I'm biased because, these scenes aren't really doing anything for me, but like, I don't know, it just felt like they felt, I don't know if forcing is right, but it just, it didn't feel as integral to the story compared to like the other ones. But again, maybe that's just my bias, maybe that's just me, I don't know. But because like when that wasn't part of the story, like the story was like fantastic. It was great. Jones, I knew, I could kind of piece together again just from the other Jones appearances that he had some sort of abusive mother issues. So, but yeah, it's from, I've never, okay, the slowed down music is throwing me off. Hold on. Okay, yeah. The slowed down music was throwing me off there when I'm trying to for example. But yeah, I figured Jones had some sort of abusive parent syndrome, parent situation based on his appearances and other roots. So it was kind of cool to see some clarity there. It definitely took the less is more approach, which honestly I think I do appreciate. Just told us everything we needed to know that was necessary without going too deep into it. Realistic depiction of how someone in that situation would handle. It turns out my theory, I should have expected my theory of, him getting mental trauma from playing football was wrong, or at the very least it wasn't confirmed. So I'm still leaning more towards the autistic approach because again, he just has all the signs. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist, but from what I know, he just has all the signs. But yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, that was our first route where one of the people was a patient in the ward. But now, as you saw, we have one more route left. One more route, Dorothy. The one I have been anticipating for a while because one, she's the only other woman in this story, and two, I'm still sticking with my little crackpot theory that she may actually be a hallucination. Like, we never see her in another route. Jones straight up said he doesn't know who she is, which, fair enough. Like, not everyone in the ward knows each other. Fair enough. There are explanations. But the fact that she's locked until the end, the fact that, you never see her or barely even hear her mentioned, the fact that she's Manson's roommate, which, again, doesn't make sense why the female's with the male, even though there's scheduling conflict, whatever. Just, I don't know. I'm not going to die on the hill, but I will. I am formulating that theory. Well, I guess we'll find out next time. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Thug was not joking. This route was longer. It's now exactly 3 hours since I started recording, so we'll see what it looks like when it's cut down. But yeah, throat is sore. I need to rest, relax, and get this video edited. So that'll do it for me. We'll get into Dorothy soon. Her route and literally. So yeah, that'll do it for me. Thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like and comment what you thought. And remember to stay awesome. Catch you later.